2, 1, and we're live.
We are live. Great. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Tonight, Paige B is debating Schrodinger's cat. I think this comes from the conversation that started over on my channel, correct? About your
Yes.
opinion that, Schrodinger is a police apologist. All right.
Yes.
So this should be fun. Paige, have you blown into your breathalyzer tonight?
I have not yet.
Okay.
All right.
I
can if you'd like.
No, we're trusting. We're going to trust you. We're going to trust you.
I'm going to balance the scales. So.
Oh,
okay.
All
No,
right.
I like that. That's fair.
Yeah.
I, as a moderator, I approve of that equity.
I just want everything to be fair.
Dude,
No,
Fireball, I'm drinking rosé. I don't know how fair that is.
I'm a professional.
Yeah. Trust him. He's seasoned.
Uh-huh.
All right, so I suppose we will we'll start this off with opening statements. Now, I know there's I'm sure you would both like to go first, but what we're going to do is we're going to flip a coin. So I'm going to flip a coin right here. So
can I just can I insert something?
What?
Schrodinger, you forgot to explain about Cliff.
About what?
Cliff's role in this?
Oh, so yes, we have the other Cliff here, Clifford Reynolds. He will be reading super chats. We're going to have a audience question section towards the end, and that's when we'll read the super chats, and questions that are super chats will get preference over questions that are not super chats.
Something like that, yeah. Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. All right, yeah. So we'll start with opening
and before I
statements.
forget, sorry, I need to give a special shout out to my sister-in-law Teresa and her husband Tom, who are over-the-road truck drivers, and they are listening tonight.
Yay! Hi.
So
Hi, Teresa.
in the current time, truck drivers are really critical. So definitely essential workers that we owe our thanks to.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. So we're going to give you 10 minutes piece on opening statements, then we'll go into the open discussion, followed by the audience questions and answers. So I'm going to flip this coin right here. Paige, would you like to call heads or tails?
Sure. Heads.
And Schrodinger's going first.
All right. Mine is pre-recorded, and Tina has it.
Yep. Here we go. You ready?
Yep.
So why are we here? We're here.
Can you hear that?
No.
Okay.
It's kind of low.
Let me try that again.
And I don't see it on screen, but maybe that's because
I'm doing
we're
it
not
wrong.
going to see it, are we?
Here we go. Yeah, you might. Yeah, you will. You will. All right, here, let's try again. Now you see it, right?
Yep.
Sorry about that.
So why are we here? We're here because some random drunk chick that I've never heard of decided to call me out for blindly being in favor of the police, in spite of the fact that she seems unfamiliar with my body of work. If she had actually seen my channel, she would have seen this. This is a video I made where I was criticizing police who illegally arrested 2 lawyers who were just doing their job and defending their client. If she had watched my channel before making a run at me, she may have also seen this. This is a video that I made about an out-of-control cop in my hometown who pepper sprayed an army officer. That cop is now fired and is being sued for $1 million, and I hope he loses. But I'm not perfect. I made a video once where I was wrong about the police. What did I do? I held a live stream the next week with my lawyer friends, and I took my medicine. Would a police fanboy do that? And would a police sycophant hold a 3-hour and 13-minute live stream entitled, Why You Should Never Talk to Cops? My suggestion would be to check the facts before you make statements in the future. If you don't, you're no better than a flat earther who says the horizon is always at eye level because they never checked, and frauditors who cite poster 7 without actually reading it. But let's say none of those videos were on my channel. Let's pretend that I've never said anything critical of police and I only criticize frauditors. You are still not justified in saying I love cops. If I had a YouTube channel that was solely about lions, that doesn't mean that I hate zebras. It's a failure of logic. I don't know how you're going to get out of this hole that you've dug for yourself, but you have the floor. I yield the remainder of my time.
All right. So yeah, I'm random drunk girl. My name is Paige. I don't defend frauditors I don't think a lot of what they do is beneficial in any way. But I do think that the government, and the police especially, are out of control, and that accountability is important. Some people call me a cop hater. I don't hate cops. I hate bad cops. I hate that for decades there's been a lack of accountability in policing. The only reason it's starting to change is that everyone has a camera now, and it's brought a lot of horrific police practices to the light. I'm glad it's starting to change. Some cops are being held accountable, but we're far from where we need to be. Police brutality is still rampant. Police officers continue to show that they believe they are above the law and can just do whatever they want without consequences. We're not here today to talk about police brutality. We can do that another day. We are here today to discuss, or I'm here today to discuss with Schrodinger the ways in which I believe him to be myopic in his defense of the police in certain situations. I have clips of these certain situations where I believe Schrodinger's defense of police in these certain situations is incorrect. So that's my goal here today, to point out what I mean when I say that he blindly follows the police, or not follows them, but defends them. But I do like that you have those 3 videos. I didn't bring up that one where Natalie lawyer chick, where you went on there and then apologized for that. So I think that's great. I still think you have a long way to go as far as your interpretation of the law and in the way you defend the police in a lot of these situations. So that's what I'm here to talk about today. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you are making the affirmative claim that I support cops blindly, so it's your burden of proof.
Sure. Can we play Marvel Girl, the clip called "An Idiot Gets Arrested" helmet?
Sorry, I was muted. Arrested for wearing a public whatever. That one?
No, so sorry, I think it's the last one on the list. It's called "An Idiot Gets Arrested" helmet. This is actually
okay,
Schrodinger's
yeah,
video.
I see.
Yeah. 600 people watching. Thanks.
Now let's talk about.
All right, let me grab that then.
No pressure.
Stop that. You're terrible. All right.
You like coffee, I'm guessing.
Me? Oh
Yeah.
It's life. Here you go. Just anywhere?
Yeah, that's the I think that's the clip.
Yeah, so just
So
start
yeah,
at the
just
beginning?
play it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to get rid of the intro. There you go.
Wait, I don't have any volume on that.
Yeah, it's because there's none of CCTV.
No, but Schrodinger was talking in this video.
He was?
I think during that part I may have not been. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't. Let me see.
What's the?
Yeah,
what's
we
the,
have it. It's just
Okay,
not
sorry
that
about
part.
that.
No, okay.
I'd already deleted the intro, so if you wouldn't mind playing it for me.
Oh, okay.
I already
Alright.
did all that.
What could possibly be more cliche than being arrested at Walmart? What's even more embarrassing is that he didn't need to be arrested. He did it to himself by acting like a child. This happened prior to the virus, so we all know that it was very odd for someone to be walking around in public with a face covering. In a lot of places it was even illegal. Yet this dummy decided to do his shopping while wearing a full-face motorcycle helmet. That is creepy, and he couldn't even be bothered to lift his visor. And to make it worse, he was being followed by this manager, who asked him repeatedly to take off his helmet. When he didn't, he was repeatedly asked to leave the store. He didn't, so of course the police came.
Hey, bud, you got some ID on you? Hey.
Hey!
You have some ID on you? Hold on. What's up? You have some ID on you? Yep.
He's obviously being intentionally difficult with the police, just like he was difficult with the manager, pretending not to hear them. I don't know what his agenda is, but it's not going to work out well for him.
So did you see the manager basically walk up right to your face and ask you to take off your helmet? How'd you not see that?
I saw him talking, but he's got a headset on.
I'm standing
so.
right next to you. Right next to you. I came up and I said, sir,
I thought you were going this way. I didn't hear
I
you.
said, stop. I followed you halfway throughout the store.
So let me ask you something. What's the purpose of keeping the helmet on?
It's just faster to get to work, man. Like I said, I'm on my way to work.
Okay, that's just nonsense. I've owned and ridden motorcycles for more than half my life. It only takes a couple seconds to take a helmet off, and I've never shopped while wearing one. He's clearly lying.
I mean, he knows I know because I ride. He rides.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much effort to take it off, put it back on. I mean, it takes maybe like 5 seconds, 10 seconds
It
if that.
doesn't, man, but I've never had any issues where anyone's like, take it off, or a sign saying that you need to have it off. And like I said,
That's why the manager asked you to take it off.
Like I said, I didn't hear him. I had music playing throughout the
Okay.
street.
You didn't see me? I'm standing right in front of you.
I saw you there, and then I saw you talk, but like again, you have a headset on, so
Well, I can't put my hands on you to get your attention. I was standing
Oh, yeah,
right next to you.
I
Right?
didn't.
Just like I'm standing
I
here
didn't
with the
see
officer.
you from next to me.
I stood right in front of you. Just like I'm standing here, I said, I need you to stop and listen to me. You totally ignored me and kept walking.
Sir,
I got
have
associates
music
that
playing,
were upset and concerned because you're walking around with a backpack with a helmet. Nobody knows who you are.
But I made a purchase.
I'm concerned about the safety of my associates.
Check out this cop. Our idiot friend here has just pegged his BS detector.
No, okay. You're an argumentative person, and I am not the person you want to argue with. You need to take
Go
a
ahead.
stand, and you need to go like this and pull your head out of your ass, okay? Because you're walking around in a store hiding your face. There's shooters that go on all over the place. This man comes up to you, and you want to play. You got a little Senna headpiece going on that you can't stop. You need to listen to learn, not listen to reply. You need to turn that little switch off in your brain that you want to run your mouth and argue every time somebody tells you something. Because this is disturbing the peace. You can go to jail and not go to work. So what's the choice you're going to make, hardhead? You're going to quit walking around businesses with a helmet on, scaring the hell out of people to where you got massive cops all over the place, rifles outside waiting for a shooter to come out? Laugh. Yeah. But that's where we're at. So pull your head out of your ass and quit arguing every time somebody tells you something. I'm telling you, look at what you're doing. You keep wanting to argue with me. I'm not the guy you want to argue with. Wasn't trying to argue. That's why you keep talking. Stop talking.
That is a welcome change from the police that I see that let these dummies play their games ad nauseum. And you'd think his little speech would help Cletus wisen up, but it doesn't.
Okay, so officially being trespassed from the store. Don't come back to Walmart. Come back to Walmart. Manager, anyone sees you,
Tina Pauls.
you get arrested for that.
Keep in mind, if you
Is there a specific point that you're wanting to make? I mean, I'm fine watching the entire video, but
Yeah, no, it's not the entire video. I tried to clip it up, but yeah, sure. If you want to stop it here and talk about some specific points.
sure.
So, you made some claims there. If we didn't watch the end of the video, but you claimed that the reason he got arrested is because he was acting like a child. You also
Correct.
claimed that he was being intentionally difficult, which is not true, and that he was obviously faking the fact that he couldn't hear the manager following him. The guy had a freaking motorcycle helmet on with music playing inside. So, I mean, it's certainly not the case. And I can show you this video from a different lens also. So he ends up getting arrested for disorderly conduct after that initial piece of shit officer who's telling him to take his head out of his ass when he was simply trying to explain himself. And you applauded the way that officer spoke to him. He was very unprofessional. He escalated the situation. And there, that's my point. You were defending that one officer. You want to start there? Your defense
Yeah,
of
there's
the
a lot.
actions of that one officer.
So there's a lot to unpack there. First,
Okay.
like I said, I ride motorcycles. I own motorcycles.
Hmm.
I have never went into a store with my helmet on. I've never seen anybody inside a store with a helmet on. So, and with headphones on, just absolutely doing away with any sort of situational awareness that he might have inside the store. The manager was standing right in front of him, speaking to him. He may not have heard him, but he said that he saw him speaking. So at a minimum, pull your helmet off and say, or, were you addressing me? Like, what's up? He should have known. Even a stupid person should know that you're going to raise some red flags walking around in a store dressed like he was with the motorcycle helmet on. And let's not forget what happened 3 days before this incident.
I understand. Yeah, there was some sort of Walmart shooting.
Yeah, there was a mass shooting at a Walmart.
Okay.
So now that cop that you're talking about that got in his face and was addressing him, of course the cops were amped up because of the situation that just happened 3 days before. And I heard the one officer say there was another shooting at Walmart in the recent past. So yeah, he got in his face. The kid was being argumentative, and he was not arrested for wearing the helmet in the Walmart. He was arrested for acting like a child. And I can show you this in the video because they handed him the tickets. Here's the ticket for this. Here's the ticket for this. Here's the ticket for this. And then he said, and you're trespassed. Here's the trespass paperwork from the Walmart. And then he pretended like he couldn't hear them anymore. That's when the one cop looked at the other cop and he said, I'm thinking about arresting this guy because of his behavior. And then they asked the manager again, how many times did you ask him to leave? That's when they arrested him.
Okay. That was just a whole bunch of
see any of that.
A whole bunch of falsehoods. They didn't give him tickets. I've seen the whole video, the whole body cams from all three officers. There were no tickets. Sure? Yeah. All right. You want to play? Oh shit. Well, see, I don't know.
Bring up the entire video that I sent you, Tina.
Sure thing.
Not of yours. You need to play the one that's the actual whole thing. So I have it in
if he can pull up where they're giving tickets, whether it's his video or someone else's, it doesn't matter.
Okay, sure. But anyway, that police officer who repeatedly told him to take his head out of his ass because he's argumentative. He wasn't being argumentative at all. He was explaining himself. He gave the cop his ID. He gave the cops his receipts for his purchases. He was completely compliant, and that cop was just a fucking asshole. All right.
Okay, we need to back up to the point. Hold on, because you just made a point that before we continue to make more points, Schrodinger needs to be able to rebut, which is that you're saying that he just spoke a bunch of falsehoods and that they were never given any tickets. So if we can address that, then we can move on to the next point.
Okay.
So I gotta wait until that.
Yeah. The arrested in Walmart one is yours? An idiot gets arrested.
The one that I sent, just
no.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's in Discord, woman.
Oh.
I
hate you.
I sent it to you in Discord and said, have this ready. And you replied, okay.
I have it somewhere, but just, Jesus Lord. There's so many open now. Oh, Madonna me. One of these days. Alright, I'm gonna go back into the damn thing then.
Can while she's looking for that, can we address one other claim that I made?
Sure.
Why do you think he's being intentionally difficult? In what part of that situation?
I'm going to show you.
It's not
I'm going to
your
show you
video.
right now.
That's what you should have told me. Not your video. It's the audit. You mean, right?
Oh yeah, it may be. Yeah, actually, I seen his.
I officially hate you now.
That the audit video has a lot more context for other situations.
Watch. I actually like Audit the Audit. If y'all haven't seen him, he comes at it from a different end of the spectrum than me, but go to 11 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yes, sir. There we go.
Right around there is good.
Here we go.
Stunts like that, you'll find yourself sitting in town. Didn't have to be like that. But how many other people you see going to business walking around with a motorcycle hung up?
Especially with the shootings in Daytona and freaking El Paso just happening.
Your goal is
people are going to be on edge. They're going to be scared. They're going to be worried, okay? You got someone that walks in wearing a motorcycle helmet and has a backpack with military camouflage. They're going to think otherwise. They're not going to think it's just some law biases.
You
See how that looks? It's like common. It's kind of like common sense. I mean, like I said, he rides, I ride. I always take my helmet off. I mean, does it really save you that much time? Today it didn't.
Can you pause that for 1 second? That officer who told him to take his head out of his ass also told him to shut up and not speak. Just pointing that out. Thank you.
I'm having connection issues.
Hmm?
I'm having connection issues.
Okay, should we pause?
I may have to go off camera. Let me try that.
I can go off camera too if it's helpful.
No, it's not going to help him any.
Yeah, it won't help me. Okay.
Oh no,
So-
I can't see your face.
How old are you?
Health issues or anything?
How old are you?
See him acting like a child.
Tell me how old you are.
No,
Tell me how old you are.
they told
Okay,
him
you're
not
acting
to
like a little
speak.
child.
He's asking a direct. Oh, sorry.
The police officer told him not to speak.
Right.
That he needs
And
to
then-
listen and not speak.
And then asked him a
That's
direct
what
question.
he's doing now.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
acting like a
that's
child.
ridiculous.
That
Okay.
is.
Yeah,
saying
that's what
that-
the police officer said. You're acting like a child. Okay, sure. He's not
Yeah.
acting like a child. He's acting like someone who is being berated by 3 police officers for shopping at Walmart.
He was not being berated for shopping at Walmart, for fuck's sake.
For shopping at Walmart with a helmet on. And for not being able to hear someone telling him something.
Because
it
he's an
shouldn't-
idiot.
Okay, all right. But continue, because we're at the ticket issue now, right?
Yes.
Still,
I wonder if it was slightly before that when they were handing him
Okay.
tickets.
it's not.
go
He
back.
never got any tickets.
He did hand something.
Yeah, he did.
His ID, and that's a notepad.
Snarky much?
They hand him like 3 pieces of paper, and they say, "This is for this. This is for this. This is for this."
Could it be outside in the car?
No.
Okay.
It's before he pretends like he can't speak.
Okay.
You'll be arrested and you'll book for trespassing. And understand, what he's telling you, you're trespassing from Walmart, it's
It's
an
in his
actual
hand.
system. You're not just trespassing this
That's a
Walmart,
notepad.
You're trespassing all Walmarts.
He's
and
copying
Sam's
information from his ID.
Correct? So understand that. So if something happens and you get pulled over or stopped in one of them other ones for wearing your helmet for stupid stunts like that, you'll find yourself sitting in county. Didn't have to be like that. But how many other people you see going to business walking around with a motorcycle helmet on?
Especially with the shootings in Daytona and freaking El Paso just happening.
Your goal is to
People are going to be on edge. They're going to be scared. They're going to be worried, okay? You got someone that walks in wearing a motorcycle helmet and has a backpack with military camouflage. They're going to think otherwise. They're not going to think it's just some law-abiding.
you can
See how
walk
that
and chew
looks?
gum,
It's like common.
take your helmet off.
It's kind of like common sense. I mean, like I said, he rides, I ride. I always take my helmet off. I mean, does it really save you that much time? Today it didn't.
Are you on medication
How old
for
are you?
mental health issues or anything?
How old are you? Tell me how old you are. Tell me how old you are. Okay, you're acting like a little child. How many times did you ask him to leave?
At least 5, 6 times.
So if he hadn't done that, do you think they would have still arrested him?
He hadn't done what?
If he hadn't done that whole bit where he
If he
pretended
hadn't-
like
If he
Or he-
hadn't have listened to the police officer who told him to not speak, and then okay, so he got arrested because he's acting like a child. Do you think that's okay?
So if you're in a situation where the cops have discretion in a lot of situations to arrest or not arrest. In this situation, they were going to let him go with the trespass notice. That he couldn't come to Walmart anymore.
Mm-hmm. But since okay, wait, and even when you're in detention, you have the right to not speak, right? That's your Fifth Amendment. You don't
No.
have to speak.
No,
Absolutely.
When you're under arrest.
Absolutely. No.
Okay. You're wrong, but
You're wrong. When you're in detention, any sort of detention, you have the right to not speak.
and he
to
didn't
invoke your
assert,
Fifth Amendment.
he didn't assert his right to not speak anyway. He pretended like he couldn't speak.
Well,
With
because
the hand
that
gestures and
asshole
things.
officer told him not to. I mean, it's like,
You-
what did you want the guy to do?
You didn't
Ridiculous.
answer. You didn't
One at a
answer
time,
my
please.
direct question. My direct question was,
What?
do you think he would have been arrested if he didn't do that? If he had just said to cops, "Okay, I understand. I'm trespassed. You know, I'm out." Like, and
Is that what you just want him to lick the boots, even though they're doing him dirty?
I'm asking you.
I heard your question. Do I think they would have I think that they were trying to find any reason to arrest him. So yeah,
So
I
he
think they
just
would have.
hands it to him on a silver platter.
Well, those cops were obviously, wanting to arrest him for something, and they did.
They could have arrested him for trespass. They could have arrested him for trespass from the start.
Okay. Can we finish the clip or what?
Sure.
Like he's ignoring you. I walked out.
The store manager is full of shit, by the way, too. Sorry. The store manager, when you look at the actual CCTV, he never made contact with him. It was obvious that he didn't hear any of that. So maybe that's the thing. Is it trespassing when someone's following you around and you can't hear what they're actually saying and they're telling you to leave, but you have no idea that they're around?
So when the manager walked up to him directly from the front and was speaking to him, that's not making contact.
Show me where he went up. No, that never happened.
Oh my God.
It didn't. You want me to show you? I have it all.
Yeah, let's
Can we
go.
address maybe one point that you say didn't happen before we move on to the next one?
Sure. So
I don't have the timestamp that I'm talking about. I will just
'cause it didn't
concede
happen.
that point because I don't want to just look through this video ad nauseum for it. I know pretty much where the manager tries to make contact with him. So we can
Where
go
am
to
I
that
going?
pretty quickly.
Good.
It's going to be maybe it's just a couple of minutes in.
All right, so you're going to concede that the manager never actually stood right in front of him.
No.
Because that's on video.
Because I
What about the ticket?
That's
we
what
didn't
he's
finish
con-
that.
No, that's the one he's
That's what I'm
conceding.
talking about.
He's
Oh, you're
not
conceding
conceding
the
the
ticket.
manager. He's
Okay.
not conceding the manager, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go into the manager
go
one?
forward?
Or-
That's where we're going right now.
Okay.
If you stop talking over him, you'll hear it.
Go no, the other way.
You have a time?
I don't know, but I know pretty much where it's at.
Okay.
I guess it's
It's at the beginning.
yeah, it's at the beginning when he walks in, right there.
Okay.
Maybe-
Bluetooth headphones inside his
Oh,
helmet.
do you want me to just...
No, keep playing. I think it's
Okay.
right here.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
Shortly after entering the store,
Right there.
Mr. Fendler
Right
was
in front of him,
briefly
okay.
approached by one of the managers, but Mr. Fendler fails to acknowledge their presence and continues walking.
There you
the
go, that's
manager
it.
stalls for a moment.
Okay.
and
He didn't know that manager was talking to him. He literally, I mean, he
But you
didn't
said the
know.
manager didn't make contact with him. That was
That's
contact.
not contact. It's not when the guy didn't see him or know that he was talking to him.
He said that he saw him and saw him talking.
Into his headset.
I still know how to... Sorry.
All right,
We're just at an impasse for this.
that's fine.
Moving on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Dear Lord.
Okay. So I guess what we got out of that is you're still going to defend the actions of those police officers, and you feel like that interaction was a good one, and that's good policing.
3 days removed from a mass shooting inside a Walmart. Yes.
Okay.
Would I have handled it that way? Perhaps not. But the kid was being difficult with the police for the purposes of being difficult with the police.
And you think that therefore he should be arrested.
The police have the discretion to arrest him or not arrest him.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything to make me think that he didn't want to be arrested.
Right. Did you realize that all the charges against him got dismissed and he has a lawsuit against the city?
Yes, and this was a couple of years ago. The lawsuit still has not
That's true.
been resolved,
know.
and dismissed charges mean absolutely nothing as to whether or not the arrest was legit or not. District attorneys constantly dismiss charges when the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Okay. So in your opinion, you think he should have been charged and found guilty of that charge?
Yeah, I see no reason why he shouldn't have been found guilty for that charge. If that, I mean, it would have been a waste. They wouldn't really wouldn't have really done anything. So I understand why the DA dropped the charges. If I was the DA, I would have dropped the charges just because it's not worth it. I mean, waste an entire,
But it was worth it to arrest him and bring him to jail for 17 hours when he was on his way to work. I mean,
Yeah,
that's better for society to take him to jail and let him sit there for 17 hours.
Yeah, he's wasting everybody's time. He caused a disruption in the store, and then he's wasting the time of the cops when he could have just said, you know what? Yeah, probably that's a good point. Wearing my helmet in here 3 days removed from a mass shooting inside of Walmart. That's
yeah. All right, shall we move on?
Yep.
So I've heard you say that you don't believe that profanity displayed for everyone else to see is okay, right? It may be legal, but you don't think it's okay, right? It's not moral. Like, we shouldn't do it.
It's not a question of morality. It's a question of just not being a piece of shit human being.
Okay. So I was hoping to play this clip, and you tell me if you think that these police officers acted within the law and protected our constitutional right to free speech. And if you wouldn't mind, Marvel Girl, it's called Jeff Gray, Georgia clip.
Okay, let me just grab that. Jeff Gray, Georgia. Okay, found it.
Thanks.
Let me get this. Oh my god, all the tabs.
And by the way, his sign says, "Fuck City Hall."
Indeed.
Pleasant. Here you go.
On the day before Independence Day. How you doing? I'm good, how are you?
I'm Pete Dillard.
My name's Jeff.
Jeff?
Uh-huh.
Curious, what's your issue?
Just expressing my right to free speech the day before Independence Day. To be critical of City Hall.
What?
To be critical of City Hall. Expressing my free speech right to be critical of government.
Well, what, anything in particular?
No, not really.
Well, isn't that kind of a vulgar way of doing it?
It sure is. Absolutely. And who are you with the city?
I'm the city manager.
Oh, city manager. Okay. Well, nice to meet you.
But I mean, no particular issue with City Hall?
Just expressing my right to free speech, that's all. Day before Independence Day.
It's really vulgar.
How you doing, officer?
Yeah,
I agree, it is. Well, good.
What's going on here?
Expressing my right to free speech the day before Independence Day, to be critical of the government.
Why is that?
Expressing my right. Free speech.
Show me around. Okay.
All right. My name is Jeff, by the way.
Hey, my name is Corporal Britton Johnson with the Motor Police Department.
All right.
Have you done everything to be able to do this?
What do I need to do? What do I need to do?
You can't just stand out here with the sign like this.
Why not?
Huh?
Why is that?
Because you have to sign a...
43 Central being around.
I can't
Real
hear you.
quick,
Your
Tina,
radio.
can you turn on slow mode?
No, you have to, babe.
Fuck. I'll figure out how to do it.
Again? You don't remember?
I think I do. I go here to...
Where you manage it, you go down to the bottom where we showed you. Remember?
Over 1,000 watching, you sure need that slow mo.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to... I hate to hold up the debate, but, people in chat are not getting their messages read.
Why don't we do some super chats while you're doing this?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Now, but somebody tell me real quick how to do it.
Hey, Radical, you're on the chat. Can you go in Discord and tell him how to do it real quick while we read super chats? Thank you. He'll go in Discord and tell you. Look for Radical. Go ahead, Cliff.
All right, so Agent of the Matrix for $2 says it's all Kate's fault.
Accurate.
True.
Akira 808 States for $4.99 says watching the debate, love the channel. Thank you. Caucasian Sensation for $5 says my missus and I are over the road truck drivers and are listening as well.
Oh,
thank you. Johnny B for $5 says good cops sometimes have consequences also. ICBM catcher for $10, no message, thank you. Danielle Yaramillo became a debunker, thank you. Joel Thoman for Canadian $6.99 says, is it okay to wear a ski mask into a bank? ICBM catcher for $5 says, this guy knows exactly what he was doing and so do you. Cut the crap. You people will look for any reason to find fault with the police.
He just did another one, hon.
Okay.
Do you see it?
Hasn't popped up yet. Yeah, right there. ICBM catcher for $15 says, Paige B, this kind of nonsense has nothing to do with rights, freedom, or the Constitution. It's about posting YouTube videos, and the more outrageous, the better. This is not what the first is about.
Another one. One more.
Syed Ahmad for $4.99 says, I'm wondering if Paige's back is hurting from moving so many goalposts.
Okay. Did you get it, Schrodinger? And video details?
I'm working on it.
Okay, you got it.
Well, in Paige's defense, essentially her core argument, the argument that she brought to the table, was destroyed within the first 2 minutes of the opening statement. So.
Wait, what?
I mean, you came into this, and I guess I started my stream, so I do remember this. You came into this saying that he is an absolute police apologist, that he sees no fault with the police, that he will fervently defend
Kate,
them.
I thought you were supposed to be moderating. Moderators aren't supposed to be involved in the conversation.
Well, I was just
We
saying
can
for
talk
the
about this
super chat.
later.
She was talking to the super chat, I think. But did you get it, dude?
No, I can't fucking find it.
And
Oh my.
all right, you know are you in video details? Are you in?
How the fuck do I don't.
Are you in the? All right, are you in studio or are you in the page where you stream from?
I'm in studio.
No, you need to be where you stream from, hon.
Okay, now I'm in where I stream from. Now what?
You see the tab for video details?
No.
Okay. Sure.
I just don't.
Chat, deal with it. All right, it's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, moving on.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not that bad. It's really not. I don't think so, at least.
Okay, next point.
Wait, can we finish the video? It's only.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
You have to get like a what is it, a petition?
You have a outdoor permit from the city clerk.
Be able to do something like that.
Okay. So that's what I have to get an outdoor permit from the city clerk?
I don't know if you want to pay just to stand outside with a sign.
Can you go ahead and go in there and get one for me?
Sure, you can do it. Just go in.
So he's supposed to bring him the permit?
Oh wow.
Okay. I'd
Permit
rather not
delivery
do that. I'm just gonna
service?
stand out here with a sign.
The point is, he doesn't need a permit.
Like Uber permits.
Either you're gonna do it the right way, or we'll have to take.
Oh, I'm not going to go do
certain
it.
measures to,
This is my constitutionally protected right of free speech.
Okay.
And you've been put on notice about that. This is the most basic, fundamental, and well-established right that we as Americans have. It's none of your business where I live. It's none of your business where I live.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Well, let me tell you what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna call my lieutenant. I'm gonna ask him what are my steps that I need to do in order to get this done. And if he tells me that I can lock you up based off of this information, then that's what we're gonna do. Okay?
So you're threatening to have me locked up if you're lieutenant?
I'm not threatening anything. I'm just telling you what can happen due to you expressing.
What is your lieutenant's name? What is your lieutenant's name?
I don't have to tell you that.
I'd just like to know so I could talk to him too, or she.
Well, she's going to call him and talk to him, and then if it goes further, you can talk to him then.
Okay.
I'll get him to come over here.
That'd be great. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll meet him, talk to him in person.
I'm just disappointed somebody would be that vulgar.
Well, I'm disappointed in you guys that you would come out here and harass a person for
I
free
haven't
speech.
harassed you. I just came out and talked to you. If that's harassment,
That seems like
are you
it.
so fragile
Are
that
you-
that's harassment?
Are you so fragile that you don't like the word fuck?
I'm a decent person.
Are you offended by it?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you are.
Well, good.
I hope it offends you good and well.
Well, I'm always offended that somebody's vulgar.
Like I said, I'd rather not get in a back and forth with you about it. I'm just expressing my free speech
I just
rights.
stated I think it's vulgar. I think it's low class. I'm very disappointed somebody would do that.
Okay, that's your opinion.
That's absolutely, and I have the right.
I'm
to that
very
opinion.
disappointed that you won't stand up for my civil rights and tell these guys to back off as a city manager. I'm giving you the opportunity to do that right now. Stand up and listen to me. You're the city manager. Listen to me. You're the city manager. Tell these guys to stand down and back off.
I will tell. They will follow the law, the city ordinance, and I don't interfere with that.
What's going on?
I just talked with my lieutenant,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I told him that you were out here having a great debate with our city mayor. And he told me we're not going to have that kind of stuff go on in the city of Moultrie. So you put your sign down, turn around, and place your hands.
Okay, I'll leave then.
No, you're going to place your hands behind your back. You're being locked up for disorderly conduct.
For disorderly conduct?
Yes, place your hands behind your back.
All right.
If we can't do it the right way, we'll do it our way.
All right. What do you think, Schrodinger?
I think that your argument isn't with the police; it's with the local municipal legislation that says that you have to have a permit if you're going to organize a protest.
No, you can't. There's no way. You can never require a permit to peacefully assemble.
Are you sure?
Really?
Yeah. Well,
the Supreme
all right.
Court has upheld that you can. So, are you
that you
smarter
have to-
than
that-
the
that you
justices
have to
on
have that you have to have a permit to hold a sign on a public sidewalk.
the Supreme Court has upheld that municipalities can require permits for protests. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
and
if you're
how do you
smarter
feel
than
about
the
that?
Supreme Court,
Okay,
then-
all right, fine. I'll say okay, sure. If the Supreme Court held up that you can't stand on a public sidewalk and exercise free speech, and somehow the Supreme Court says that's right, you got to get a permit, fine. Okay. How do you feel about that if that's the truth?
well, how I feel is irrelevant. But what I will say is if he can stand on that sidewalk and that's legal without a permit, then everybody can stand on that sidewalk with a
Absolutely.
sign. So what if everybody does it? Now, should that require a permit? What if 10,000 people wanted to stand on that sidewalk with their signs?
Usually you can't block the sidewalk, right? So if you're standing, on the side of a sidewalk, people still have to be able to pass. So if there's 10,000 people that's going to stand on a sidewalk, I could probably say that, yeah, maybe, something needs to be done about that because the sidewalk's going to be blocked. But he's not. He's literally standing there by himself, exercising his right to free speech. And the reason, if he had a sign that said, "I don't like City Hall," they wouldn't have come out, right?
That's irrelevant.
How is that irrelevant?
Because
The reason
Would
they
he-
came. Go ahead.
would he have been arrested if he had gone into that building where he literally was at the building and gone to the second floor, like the man said, and got the permit and stood out there with his sign? Would he have been arrested?
I think that they were incorrect in saying that he needed a permit to stand there with the sign. Is my
The
opinion.
cop who said he needed a permit, the city manager who said he needed a
Mhm.
permit, the lieutenant that she called said he needed a permit. The other two cops that were there affecting the arrest said he needed a permit.
No, they didn't speak. You mean you're talking about the lady who said, "I just called my lieutenant, and you're out here having a great debate with our city mayor, and my lieutenant said we ain't about to have
Why
that
are you
in
making
this
fun of her?
city."
Why are you making fun
Because
of her?
she's absolutely ridiculous,
Oh.
absolutely unprofessional, absolutely doesn't know anything about the law. An order follower. That's all she is.
Now,
An order follower. She's not there. She didn't take an oath to the Constitution to protect people's rights, like free speech. She did, but that's not what she's doing. That's why I have a problem with her.
Even though the Supreme Court has upheld that it is constitutional for municipalities to require permits for protests.
For any protest,
Are you buffering?
I am.
No, I meant mentally.
Yes, I'm mentally buffering. Thank you. So are we going to start insulting each other now, or are we just going to continue?
I think that's in the next phase of the debate. I'm sorry. Well, we're not there yet.
Oh, are you planning on insulting me, like you did the last couple times? Anyway,
we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Anyway, now I've lost track. So what you're saying, what you're claiming is that the Supreme Court has ruled that if a person wants to stand on a public sidewalk with a sign, that it's okay for municipalities to make laws that require a permit to do it.
Yes, he was having a protest. If he wants to have a protest, the municipality has said that that requires a permit. He could have gone to the second floor, like the city manager said,
and pay money,
permit.
To stand on the sidewalk to protest. That's what you think is okay. You think that's okay?
If he's willing to stand there on July 3rd in the South, I believe it was in the South. That's already pretty. He's pretty invested in holding that sign that says "fuck City Hall." I don't think a $5 permit would be a deal breaker. Unless
you're just guessing how much the permit would be. So,
okay, I don't know how that was a point, but yeah,
you're just making things up now.
So my question was, if he got the permit, do you think they would have arrested him or could have arrested him?
I think they would not have issued the permit for him who had a sign that said "fuck City Hall."
Now
they would never give him a permit.
And making conjecture.
Well, you asked me my opinion. Excuse me, you asked me my opinion.
Question.
Do you think? The answer was no. I don't think they would have even issued him a permit.
That's not an answer to the
That's
question.
not the question that he asked, Paige. What he asked you
What's
was,
the question?
If he had gotten the permit. He asked you if you had gotten the permit, do you think that he would have been arrested?
Okay, so the whole issue here is this permit that you guys think is legal, when none of us know it really is.
That was the basis for the arrest, Paige. Oh my
Right.
Lord. Okay.
So the question's simple.
They arrested him for disorderly conduct. They didn't arrest him for protesting without a permit because that's not a law.
Because at the time that he was there and refused to get the permit, it became disorderly conduct.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll agree to disagree on that one too. You want to move on or what?
But you still never answered the question. Do you think if he had a permit, saying they wouldn't give him one's not an answer. Magically, he had a permit.
Okay.
Could they and would they have arrested him?
I don't know. That's
so he wasn't arrested.
Conjecture also. These are all ifs, what's,
Pause, please. Pause, please. Rajil's here to help.
Tech support.
Raji. Raji.
All right, everyone pause for a moment.
I gotta go to the bathroom. So this is a good time to do that.
Go. Yeah.
Okay. All right, don't.
And before you do that, mods.
Yeah.
People are here for both sides. Do not time people out because they're here for Paige over Schrodinger.
Absolutely.
You know who I'm talking to.
Everybody knows my rules. If it's not racist, sexist, bigoted, homophobe, threats, then have a lively debate. Answer free speech with free speech.
You know who I'm talking to here, Mr. Tool.
Let's slow down the chat because it's moving way too fast.
Yeah,
okay.
Please do.
It's real simple. You just go to your live streaming studio.
There. Is this where the end stream button and all that shit is?
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly the spot where you need to be.
Okay,
and then you go into your stream itself, right?
I'm in the stream.
And there's a little edit button.
I see it.
Good.
You gotta click that.
Yep.
Then you go to the tab live chat.
Yep.
You can set up enable slow mode and seconds.
And how many seconds should I do?
20?
15 or 20.
Yeah, 15, 20.
20.
Okay.
Yay.
Oh, have fun, guys.
Thank you, Radical.
I'll be jumping out again.
That's why I always go to Raji support.
Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't sure.
1,091 people watching. That's awesome. Thanks, people.
Loving you
Thanks,
guys.
Raj. Take care.
Do some super chats while we're waiting, hon.
Okay, 1 sec. I'm just gonna grab the last one here. Okay. All right.
Make LG a mod, Schrodinger, please. Please.
Say again.
Make LG a mod, please.
LG.
They're timing him out.
Okay.
Hold
So-
on.
Thank
I
you.
got to go into.
Oh god, now he has to figure that one out. Oh god.
Hold
I'm
on,
so
hold
sorry.
on, hold on. I'll find him. I'll find him.
So D's Nuts for $5 says he was in my neck of the woods. They're going to lock him up. I'm an over-the-road trucker as well. Thank you.
Yay.
Kit 190 for $2 says YouTube defeats the cat.
All right. LG has a wrench.
Thank you.
And hello, Team Skeptic, Degeneration Nation, all the other cool kids.
OPT lawyer for $5 says, I, as a criminal defense attorney, have done much more to protect the rights of the people against police overreach than any First Amendment auditor will ever do.
Exactly.
I agree.
Michael Kraus for $9.99 says, Schrodinger's cat, as bad as Tack is a cat trying to figure out how to not get hairballs while licking themselves, are like drunks trying not to drink debate with zero facts. Okay, Judy Lipham for $4.99 says, Paige, they're not saying he can't say something. There's a proper procedure to do it. Two different issues. D's Nuts for $5 says, I told you we don't play in the 229. Refried Refried Beatbox for $5 says, that fireball, super glad you chased it with something good, but I'm proud of your channel. You're right each time, even if the law didn't say so. These Nuts for $5 says, I'm from Southwest Georgia, and you do need permits to assemble, Paige.
It's not one person in assembly. I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
Michael Bowman for
You can Google it
$5.
if you want, hon.
I will.
Michael Bowman for $5 says, I think Paige is holding her own. Hi, Kate.
Hey, Michael Bowman. He's my favorite. Love him.
Aw.
Cool. Michael Brown for $9.99 says, do we know what the local codes are? Why debate it when you can look it up? This seems ridiculous on both sides. Come on, you can't debate hypotheticals ad nauseum without the context of the law.
I agree.
Yeah. Diabetic War Slug for $5 says, to add to Cat's point, if he isn't an issue because he doesn't block the sidewalk, which of those 10K doing the same do you determine is? Jody Fox for $2 says, I see the alcohol is kicked in.
Oh no. Stop, people.
Me or him?
I don't know.
Mm.
Pick one. ICBM Catcher for $15 says, Paige B, what do you say? I want to hear your reply. These people using our First Amendment as an excuse to post vids on YouTube claiming they're just exercising their First Amendment rights. BS. Okay. AZ the Kid, $2.99 super sticker. Thank you. Diana for $5 says, Schrodinger, honestly, this debate is analogous to Mike Tyson fighting Pee Wee Herman. You as Mike. LOL, God, it's embarrassing.
Excuse me. Schrodinger, I think we forgot to wrench Caucasian Sensation last time.
Oh, yeah, shit. I
Thank you. And
told him
Mrs.
I was gonna
Sensation
do
as
that,
well.
too. All right, I will find them.
Thank you.
I will
Okay.
find you.
Caucasian sensation.
Go ahead.
Okay. Michael Kraus for $4.99 says, don't drink and debate, kids. Drugs are bad, okay? Thinking is hard. Using brains is hard, okay? Okay. Simon Meyer for €5.49 says, listening to Paige makes me want to stop drinking alcohol. Greetings from Germany, SC. All right.
I lived in Germany for 6 months. That was a good time.
My
Can
grandmother.
I deduct points for ad hom attacks or what?
Mhm.
Chat's in the negative.
Fair enough.
All right, Caucasian Sensation has a wrench. I don't see Mrs. Caucasian Sensation, but if she types something, I will
Yeah,
see her
don't
and
worry
I'll
about
give her a wrench.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Agent of the Matrix for $2 says, get Artie, OPT, or Natalie for law input. All right.
See,
Hank,
here's the thing. When I have these sort of questions, I have almost immediate access to all three of them, and I ask these questions constantly, especially when I'm making a video and I'm about to make an assertion. I run it by them first, so it's going to be pretty tough to catch me saying something that's not right, because if there's any question in my mind, I ask them ahead of time.
Well, you obviously didn't before you posted that video, and then Natalie Lerchick told you were wrong.
Right, and again, what happened? What did I do when
Okay, well, I'm just saying, so maybe, you didn't do it that time.
Everybody makes mistakes. Come on.
True, sure.
And I could have just taken the video down or just ignored people. You know, there's lots of different ways that I could have gotten around calling myself out.
All right.
That live stream was my idea.
Yeah, but your initial reaction, of course, was to be on the police side.
Wow.
What? What? Look, I don't.
I'm sorry, but
Do you know how many videos I have on my channel?
No, I do not.
Hundreds.
okay. Are you done yet, Cliff?
No, I got some more here.
Yeah. All right. Just one more.
Mrs. Caucasian Sensation now has a wrench.
Okay, great.
Okay, ICBM catcher for $25 says the X Amendment of the U.S. Constitution gives states police powers.
10th Amendment.
Tenth, sorry, tenth. Sorry.
It's cute. It's cute.
Gives states police powers. States, even counties, can create local ordinances. 100% constitutional.
Right.
All right. Save the rest for later, hon.
Okay.
All right.
They'll be
Back
here
to
all
it.
night.
All right. So if it's okay with you, I would like to then switch gears to the same guy with a different sign, and I wanted to get your opinion.
The dummy at the library.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's called Body Cam Library Trespass.
Body
Yep.
cam library trespass. Oh, found it.
I can't believe you picked this one. When I saw that you had picked this one, I was like, what is she thinking?
Oh, not you. Me. I'm sorry. Sorry.
No. I just was saying I'm interested to see what angle you're going to come at this from, because it's pretty cut and dry.
It's basically the same free speech angle. I know you don't like it when there's vulgarities, right? So that's why I went with that one first. This one has no vulgarity.
Are you ready?
Irrelevant.
How is that irrelevant?
Are you ready?
Well-
I'll explain as the moderator why that's irrelevant, because the profanity is not the question here, right? Like,
Right.
like Paige, I'm just gonna do you a solid, because I'm assuming you probably don't do a lot of debates, right? Which is like a lot of people don't. But like, if you're making a point, then you need to argue that point. Like what you're doing right now is just veering off into all sorts of different directions. You kind of look like a fish flopping out of water here. Like, you know, you've made an initial assertion, right? Vulgarity is irrelevant to it. What he feels is irrelevant to the facts, right? Whether he likes vulgarity and doesn't, that's irrelevant to the facts.
Okay.
And to say I don't like vulgarity is kind of weird, because I was a sailor. The F word is like in the top 10 words I use on a daily basis.
And bitch when he's talking to me. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, bitch.
Hello, God bless the homeless. Hello, God bless the homeless. Hello, God bless the homeless. How you doing? God bless the homeless. Hello. God bless the homeless.
All right, pause. I want to make a point. So this is why I wondered why you use this, because it's devastating to your argument. Because when he was on the sidewalk with the "fuck City Hall" sign, he got sent away. Now he has a sign.
No, he got arrested.
Well, yeah, they took him away. It was an assisted sent away. So now he has a sign that says "God bless the homeless," which nobody really objects to. And guess what? He gets sent away.
Yeah, exactly. My point. I mean, why?
It's because he's getting trespassed because they don't want him there. They explain it to him.
Because why?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? So you can just trespass anyone from public property just because you feel like
It's
it?
not public property.
A library is absolutely public property.
Okay, this is my debate,
I'm
Tina.
sorry.
They come out and tell him that an alternate place that he can stand farther away from the door. He doesn't do it. The manager or whoever is in charge of this public building has an absolute right to trespass people. The library is a place that you come to get and read books or periodicals or do some internet research, maybe send some emails if you don't have a computer at home. The purpose of public library is not to stand in front of it and protest. So they didn't want him there. Why? Doesn't matter. They have the absolute right to trespass him.
So they have the absolute right to trespass anyone that's not creating a disturbance, that's just exercising their right to free speech in a public building. You think that's okay? They can just trespass whoever they want, right? It's like, we might as well be in China. I don't want you here. You can't say what you want. You can't. Yeah, I'm telling you to stand over there and you just listen because I told you so. I mean, is that what kind of country you want?
That's what kind of country we have, lady. I mean, I don't know.
It's not. It's becoming that.
I bet it is. We can keep watching the video and see whether or not that's the kind of country we live in. But yeah, I would prefer, if I'm going to the library, to not have idiot First Amendment auditors standing outside. If I'm taking my kid to pick out a book about dinosaurs.
You would prefer to not have someone saying "God bless the homeless" outside of the library. That's what you would prefer.
What's his point? Is his point to say "God bless the homeless," or is it his point to make a YouTube video to try to make some sort of political point? He's doing
it's about free speech. It's about free speech on public property. Absolutely.
So what his sign says is irrelevant. He's there to cause a disturbance, to try to get a reaction. He gets the reaction, fine.
Yeah. Well, the reaction is necessary because a lot of times when people do that, they don't get a bad reaction. They don't get a negative reaction. And that's what we want. We want our constitutional rights to be upheld. And that's the point.
So again, if he can do that, then everybody can do that.
Oh my God. It's like one time I went to Walmart with my child and she did something silly and my dad was like, "Don't do that." She's like, "Why not?" "Well, what if everyone did that?" I mean,
that's
feel
a
like
legit question.
A stupid argument, but
it's
anyway,
not a stupid argument.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. That's a legit question. If I want to do something outside the norm, that's a great way to decide whether or not it's a good idea to do something. Is what if everybody did it?
Yeah, it sounds like communism to me. But anyway, let's go.
I don't think you know what communism means.
Okay.
Like, seriously, what do you think the word communism means?
No, I'm just saying, you don't like that he's able to stand outside a public library with a sign, because what if everyone did it? You don't like that he's able to stand on a public sidewalk with a sign, and you think we need to be able to get permits and big government, right?
Stop when she's talking, thank you.
You were asked a direct question, though. Okay, so what is communism? What does that mean?
Communism, you don't have redress. You can't redress your government. You can't talk about things you dislike about your government, right?
No.
No?
Communism's an economic system.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry you didn't know that.
In a communist country, do you think people are allowed to redress their government?
It depends on which communist country it is. Like I said, communism is silent on the rights of the people, other than when it comes to economics. Mm-hmm. So right. I don't know why you said that, but this guy is allowed to do that. What he's doing right now, until someone who has authority at that place tells him he can't. Then it becomes trespass.
Okay, but why would they tell him to?
That's irrelevant.
It is not irrelevant, because that means you could just trespass anyone for anything.
That's Mm-hmm. Now, there may be consequences for that. Like, he may talk to that person's supervisor and they get in trouble. It's like, why did you kick out the 8-year-old kid in the wheelchair because he wanted to see a book about, ostriches?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay,
he's clearly not there to do like...
But your assertion is that if they do kick out the 8-year-old in the wheelchair because you wanted to look at a fucking book about giraffes, that's okay. They have the authority to do that. And then just take it up later. You'll have a court date later. Just take it up in court.
No, it wouldn't be a court date. It would be the people of that town holding that person to account or maybe it would be on the news or something like that, and he may lose his job. But this guy's not there for library business. Don't let that point get lost on you. He's not there doing library business. He's there doing a protest. They don't want him there protesting, so they have him trespassed.
No, they're
What's the
assuming that he's
problem?
asking for money, if you listen carefully. But anyway.
They told him that he couldn't collect money, and he said, I'm not
Right,
collecting money.
he said, I totally understand. Yeah.
Right, and then they told him, if you want to hold that sign out here, please be, I think they said 15 feet away from the door.
Yeah, why?
So,
that's not a law. There's no law.
It doesn't have to be the law. They can
Okay,
trespass
so we
him.
just make up whatever we want then. Go stand over there by that tree because I said so.
How are you not understanding this?
All right, Marva Girl, it's really, like, I didn't come here to like, debate you, and it's really not cool. Yeah,
she didn't say anything.
Anyway, okay. I'm about done, so can we finish this?
Sure.
Oh, go more? Okay, good. Gotcha.
Thank you.
How you doing, sir?
Stay right here.
Sorry?
You're not going to be able to stay right here.
Why's that?
If you want to cut it third, let's go left. You can't be collecting any money.
I understand.
Okay. So you need to move from where you at.
I'd rather not.
Now it's up to you. You want to get the police involved? They're going to take them 2 minutes to get here.
St. Augustine PD, can I help you?
Yes, this is security at St. Augustine Library. I have a gentleman that's outside of asking to leave approximately 3.
Are you at the main library?
At the main library, I'm sorry. And let me take this mask off my face. And he refused to leave. He has a sign saying, please help the homeless.
Okay. Is he in the lobby?
Yes, he's on outside.
White, black, or Hispanic?
White male, black shirt, blue pants. He's standing outside with a sign on. He refused when I give him a verbal order. So if you could send someone over, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay. Do you want him trespassed?
Yes.
All right, sir. Can I get your name?
Nate Jackson.
All right, we're going to get an officer and out over there, okay?
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I think he's listening to Grateful Dead.
Huh? Oh, I thought you wanted me to stop. Sorry. Keep going.
Oh, I apologize. No, I was just saying he was listening to Grateful Dead, which I found kind of ironic.
Check.
2707, you need me to continue on at 312 and US 1.
Good to meet. 26. 2707, it's going to be a white male wearing a black shirt, blue pants, carrying a sign. They want to carry it.
Silver, I see him.
Bless the homeless.
Hey!
How's it going?
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Just this branch, all branches? I don't know if I can do all branches, but I can tell them that.
Well, see, the thing of it is that not to stand in front of the door. I told him he can stand 15 feet from the door. I told him 3 times he refused.
Okay.
So about him refusing, to keep from being a conflict, in order for him to move on, I just want to go ahead on trespass because he refused my direct order. I know he can stand there, but he can't. I told him he can stand over there. He said he's going to stand there.
Okay.
So let's go ahead on trespass.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. What's your name?
John. Sergeant Schroeder. Here.
Okay, good.
I'll come back and get it.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you doing?
Got your ID handy?
I don't have my ID.
No? What's your name?
So he just lied.
Well, yeah, I'm
What?
trespassing you, so I...
He just lied. He said he doesn't have an ID, but then he gives the cop his ID later, so he's lying.
No, he doesn't. What the fuck are you talking about? He pulls out a fucking I and a D letters.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Never mind.
Oh, that's this guy?
Nope. I was wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He pretends to show him an ID, but it's some silly juvenile joke.
Yep. Because cops love ID.
Okay. Trespassing me. Oh, man, come on now.
Yeah.
I got my ID right there. Come on, man.
You're not getting my name, dude.
I'm trespassing you.
But they do get his. They do identify him as evidenced by the trespass.
They identify him because he does this all around, and they know who he is. Thank you.
They still have his IDs. Well, they have identified him. Let me be more concise in my language.
Okay.
He wouldn't get out of jail if he didn't, right?
He doesn't get arrested.
No, he doesn't get arrested.
Oh,
He gets
okay.
trespassed.
I've never seen this.
I am trespassing from here for a lawful purpose.
What's the lawful purpose?
That they want you trespassed from this property. They've
Yeah.
asked you to,
Okay,
asked
pause
you to
that for a
move over there,
second.
and you
What's the lawful purpose? They want you trespassed.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
what I've been trying to tell you for 30
it doesn't
minutes.
mean you did anything wrong. They just want you trespassed.
But
Anyway,
they were
all
willing
right.
to work with him. He said you can stand over there and
We'll
hold your
stand there.
sign to your heart's content.
Mm-hmm. But what's
So,
the problem
Can
with
you
it?
stop
They were
talking
right
over
there.
him? One at a time, guys, please.
They were going to meet him halfway and say, you can stay here, just please stand there instead of in front of the door. And he said no. So guess what? You get, instead of getting met halfway, you get trespassed.
What would be the difference from him standing right there and standing over wherever
He's
that guy
in front of the door where people have to pass in close proximity to him.
Uh-huh. And,
So-
and God, they don't want to hear God bless the homeless when they're going into the library.
Maybe not. It does. Like I said, it's
Maybe not.
irrelevant
Okay, right. so-
because they have the right to trespass him.
Okay. Go ahead.
More?
Yes.
Sure.
So that's it. You're being trespassed from this property.
Being trespassed from property. All right,
Yes.
so if I don't leave, I'll be arrested.
Yes.
All right, I'm leaving. What's your name and badge number?
My name is Sergeant Niederreiter. I'll get if you just want to step into the right there, I'll get it for you. And it's 2707. But do not come back to this property because I see you here. I will take you to jail.
If I come back to the property and you see me here, you will take me to jail.
Yes.
To the public library.
Yes.
Okay, what's your name?
Jackson.
Jackson.
Right.
Okay.
That's it?
Yep.
You get his name?
No.
Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
That's it? Okay. Another clip or nothing?
Well, I don't know. Are we done talking about that one, or?
It's pretty cut and dry. He got trespassed because he was at the library, not doing library business, and they, for whatever reason, didn't want him to do that, and they have the absolute right to trespass him.
Okay. That's how you feel.
I mean, honestly, you have not met your burden of proof at all tonight so far.
Oh, that you defend police? Yeah, you're right. I sort of went off track. I think it was more important for me to sort of get these videos out there that I feel like are important for people to see, that there are actual auditors, First Amendment defenders out there that aren't, harassing people and aren't going to fucking post offices and all that fucking bullshit, that stupid frauditor shit, that aren't, recording people's fucking VIN numbers and shit to create reactions. I think maybe that really was my goal. And
So you're here under false pretense.
no, I didn't. Obviously, I was drunk last time, and you've purported that at least 3 times, and you made the cover of this video me laying on the ground with beer bottles all around.
Yeah, that was
So-
funny.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I'll give you that. I looked cute, though. I'll tell you.
Tina made that. You can thank her.
No, thank you.
It wasn't my idea. It was my idea.
What's
I'm
up
not
with
mean.
though? Like your Nikes always look like they're on the wrong feet. Have you ever noticed that?
No.
What?
Yeah. His Nikes and his little avatar.
Oh.
They face the wrong way. But anyway, I think I was able to at least show you a couple instances in which I think that you defended the police wrongly. You don't agree with me. That's fine. So I'm not here under false pretenses. It may have turned into a different discussion than we were initially planning on discussing. I don't think
that's losing a debate, Paige. That's losing. I'm sorry, but that's when you can't argue your point. You've now lost the debate, unfortunately.
Okay,
So-
moderator. Thank you for your input.
Well, back to what Kate said earlier, that I absolutely agree with. Your initial assertion, which is the reason why we're here, is that I blindly follow police. I dismantled that in my opening, and you
like
didn't
Kate
really
said.
recover. So I think it's safe to move to audience questions.
Sure.
If everybody agrees.
Yeah, no,
We still
I just
have.
want to be clear here, Paige. This is not my bias showing or anything, but I mean, when you're looking at it, see, the wonderful thing about a debate is you don't have to be right to win a debate. You can actually, your point can be erroneous, but if you're able to argue it
here's the thing.
effectively, no, please don't speak over me, okay?
All right.
Don't speak over me. Thanks. All right. So that your argumentation is what we're looking at in a debate. Your argumentation fell flat immediately, and then you actually swerved the entire conversation completely left field, effectively, losing the debate. I mean, you handed that to him. That's what happened.
Here's the thing. I don't debate people to win or lose. I like having conversations with people when we have differing viewpoints in order to, bring up a discussion, right? I'm not a very what's the word? Like I don't need to win. Like, it's not about winning or losing. I know Schrodinger likes to, or you, Masshole, like to put that out there, but really, I guess what I was seeking is just.
Can you back up that argument that we like to put that out there? Like, when have I done that? Just curious.
Just now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would say that once is not the rule, but I mean, it's just like I'm just explaining to you the functions of the debate.
Sure.
Right? Because
not a
conversation.
And like I told Schrodinger, I've never done a debate before. This is not the way I normally do things. I feel like it was helpful though to see each other's viewpoints. I mean, I hope that some people would recognize that that sometimes he does make statements without context and defend the police. I think I proved that with the helmet thing. They were wrong, but yet he still defends them. But also just to create an open dialogue, because I mean, I think the problem here is that it's like cop haters and bootlickers, right? And we're like, fighting against each other, when really what we need is unity and intellectual discussion, and I was happy to have that tonight.
So I showed you 4 instances where I either criticized the cops or I admitted that I was wrong when I didn't criticize the cops. Now, let me finish my question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you tell me any auditor who has 4 videos criticizing auditors or supporting cops?
4 auditors that have videos?
No. Any auditor who has 4 videos either criticizing, auditing, or supporting cops.
Look, I don't defend most auditors. I'll tell you, there are a few good ones out there, but most of them are shit, and I'm not going to defend those pieces of shit. So that was your first question, or
no, that
wasn't
the question. That wasn't the question. What he was asking is, do you mind if I rephrase that, Schrodinger?
Yeah, and I'll just steel man the argument, and I'll tell you if you're wrong.
All right, great. Yeah, so, I mean, essentially what he was saying is that he immediately, upon his opening, right, pointed out 4 separate instances in which he was able to demonstrate objectivity, right, in, criticizing a police interaction, criticizing the police, right? So what he's asking is, can you cite at least one instance within the auditing community of an auditor that can show the same level of objectivity criticizing the actions of another auditor or defending the actions of the police within these interactions?
Correct.
I can't within the auditing community, but I can. There's a channel called Police Brutality Matters. He just put up a video of this is how you should do it, and it was a police officer who was able to talk down a suicidal veteran on the sidewalk, who was able to de-escalate the situation. He didn't get killed, and the ending was great, but most of his videos are about police brutality.
So the answer was no.
I'm sorry?
So your answer is no to my question.
About auditors? I'm not talking about auditors.
And for somehow Kate dropped. I'm not sure. Maybe her.
So
connection-
yeah, if you want to check out Police Brutality Matters, he absolutely points out good policing and bad policing. And another one is Good Luck America. He's a former police officer. He absolutely points out the
excuse me,
the
Paige?
bad. Yeah.
I have a question from the audience.
Sure.
Can you tell us any of the good auditors?
Sure. Again, I think Jeff Gray, his channel is called Honor Your Oath. Yeah,
oh, no.
I mean,
Yeah. The guy we were just watching. Yeah.
yeah. Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigations, who is part of PINAC, which is called Photography is Not a Crime. There's a bunch of them in that group.
Yeah, they're
James,
horrible.
Okay.
Don't say James Freeman. Don't say James
Freeman. James Madison audits.
Oh yeah, he's a yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know you don't like those. You don't like those Florida guys either. There is
those guys. Is James Madison more than one person?
No,
Well,
he's in the group with News Now Ninja, the one that I gave a wrench to.
No.
Oh,
yes, he is. Yes, he is. I can show you videos where they're out auditing
I
together.
understand that they're together once in a while, but News Now Ninja lives in North Carolina. James Madison lives in Florida. He often goes with Rogue Nation, which
Rogue Nation, who got destroyed in a debate with Artie.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you should. It's beautiful. It's like butter.
Is it on your channel? Who's Artie?
No. It's on Artie's corporate fiction.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah. If you're a frauditor, I mean, debating me is one thing. Don't debate a lawyer. You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose bad, and he did. But it was great. But yeah, News Now Ninja. Just for your situational awareness page, here's how ethical auditors are, and let me just talk about this real quick, and then I guess if our moderator doesn't come back, we'll just move into Q&A. But so News Now Ninja comes into my chat, and I immediately say, people are going to be timing this dude out. They're going to be deleting his comments. So what do? I give him a wrench.
Mm-hmm.
How does he respond? He starts timing out everybody that he can.
Well,
so
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Now let's look at PayPal Patty.
I am definitely not a defender of PayPal
she said
Patty.
that
He's the biggest piece of shit ever.
Okay.
She has made that point.
Yeah, but his this paragon of free speech won't come debate me. He uses the copyright strikes to answer my videos about him. So does News Now Houston, who is a convicted rapist, by the way.
Yeah, I know. And that's his stepdad. Why do I have it?
Is that his stepdad?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
There's an echo, Schrodinger.
I don't. Is it me?
It's probably on my end. I don't have headphones on. I'll try to talk quieter. Maybe that'll help. Let's see. Extra Good Citizen has used the copyright strikes against my channel. Justin Pulliam has used copyright strikes against my channel. None of these people will come on. So props to you, Paige, because they are cowards.
Yeah,
they will use copyright strikes against my videos, but they won't come on here and go head to head with me in the free speech arena for the free speech that they think so highly of. Yeah. And with that, Paige, if you don't have anything else, I think Q&A is next up on the agenda.
We got some in here. Okay, so Paige.
Yeah.
Judy Lippman would like to know if you think all rights are absolute.
All rights? I think
that's a good question.
I think all rights in the Constitution are absolute if you're in the United States of America. Huh?
Those are the ones we have, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where you are. You know, in the United States, I believe that all rights are absolute. Absolutely, yeah. The right to free speech is absolute. The right to free press is absolute. The right to freedom of religion is absolute. So, if you want to start hindering people's freedom of speech and making laws and legislation from different municipalities saying, oh, you got to get a permit to say fuck while you're standing on the sidewalk, then that snowballs into all kinds of other things, right? You know, you got to get a permit to videotape, or you got to get a permit to practice your religion on the public sidewalk. I mean, yeah.
Can I commit slander?
No, absolutely not. So there are restrictions, sure.
So it's not absolute.
Okay, well, it's not. All right. Okay,
Paige,
no, that makes sense.
I don't think you're a stupid person. I think you haven't thought these things through to their logical conclusions, and that's not actually your fault. But when you're gonna make statements of something is an absolute, absolutes don't exist. Except in mathematics, absolutes exist. Absolutes do not exist in reality. So when you're thinking whether or not something's absolute, you have to take it to its logical extremes. In science, when we're doing a thought experiment, we will take something, a proposition in our thought experiment, and you take one of the variables to infinity and see if that makes sense. And then you'll take that same variable to 0 and see if it still makes sense. If it doesn't, then you have found the boundaries of that proposition.
All right.
So
yeah, that's way beyond me. I haven't ever thought about things like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not that I'm calling you stupid. I just think that you haven't thought about some of these propositions enough. You really, I'm not bragging, but you jumped into the deep end of the pool a little bit too early.
All right.
Clip, do you have any?
Oh yeah, I got lots of super chats, and I got one question too.
The question first.
Okay, so Sean Zeke asks, that situation in Georgia, Gray is from Florida, therefore he was trespassing, could not get a permit if he tried. Do you support, Paige, the idea to go to other states to protest?
Of course. This is the United States.
Yeah, I kind of agree. You can go to other states to protest. I got no issue with that.
Okay. So I have a question from Matt Bond. Why do auditors and solicitors think the Constitution comes with no limitations?
Because they haven't thought it through.
Well, I guess there's this idea that, like, you know, well, the Bill of Rights specifically, cannot be infringed upon, right? Like your rights cannot be infringed upon. But
we just established that they
right,
could.
but they have been. But that scares me a little bit.
So I could put on my channel tomorrow that Paige B likes little girls.
Freedom of speech.
No, that would be slander.
Right. I'm saying if it was an absolute, it would be freedom of speech. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Or what if I called your employer and told them that, and they fired you because of it?
That would be harassment and slander. Yeah.
And
but
it would
but don't you think that's different than standing on a sidewalk saying "fuck City Hall"? I mean, I don't understand how you don't see that's different.
I was just explaining to you that if you want to see whether or not a certain proposition is absolute, you take it to its extreme. So it's not absolute. So there is a boundary. Now, what you and I are quibbling over is where that boundary exists.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you see any other questions?
Yeah, there's one here from Rodent of Anger. He says, question for Paige. If all rights are absolute, can the courts take away convicted felons' ability to own a firearm?
I don't. Here's the thing with me and guns. I used to hate them. I used to say nobody should have a gun. We need to have all sorts of regulations on all guns. And then I realized that then what you're left with is the police with guns and you without one, right? And that scares me because I don't think that the police are good enough to actually protect and serve like they pretend to be. So
focus on the question though.
Sorry, what?
The question was, if you think that rights are absolute, can convicted felons be stripped of their right to own firearms? And I'd like to answer that question after she does.
Yeah, of course.
It's a good question, and that would take some thinking.
There's nothing wrong with saying I don't
that.
know, honey.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't thought about that, really. I haven't thought about the Constitution or the Bill of Rights in absolutes. I honestly haven't. So.
And that's intellectually honest of you to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have thought about this question extensively, and I think that nonviolent felons should not be stripped of their right to own firearms. Violent offenders should, and they should be able to petition to regain that right after they've met certain requirements. Maybe it's like 10 years after they're released. If they haven't reoffended, then they can be granted that right back.
Okay.
But this another instance where the Second Amendment, which is a fundamental right, is not absolute, because can a toddler own a firearm? No. So it's not absolute.
I lost the question. I'm sorry.
Welcome back, Kate.
Welcome back, Kate. I can't remember who it was because the chat's moving on me, but they asked Paige. Sorry, Kate. Is it the police you have a problem with, or the laws themselves, like trespassing laws?
No, I mostly I have a problem with the way that the police feel like they can just do whatever they want, charge you with whatever, take you into jail. Trespassing laws, it happens often, and maybe I didn't pick the right videos to show where the really bad policing. Maybe we can do that another time where I can show really horrible acts that police do.
You've conducted yourself well tonight, so you're welcome on my channel.
Thank you. And I think that, for a long time, they think that they're just above the law and there hasn't been any consequences. But again, I think I'm getting off topic. What was the question?
Do you have problems with is it more the police you have problems with, or the laws?
Yeah, I don't think that, you should be able to trespass someone for whatever. Right, so that's a law I have an issue with.
Did you see my video from just before the debate?
No, someone mentioned it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was two cops that were way too kind, way too lackadaisical, in my opinion. And one of them was shot and put in critical condition. He survived. The sergeant, lost his life at that traffic stop. So it's not always in the cop's best interest to be officer friendly.
I don't disagree. I watch police body cams all day long, literally. And there's a lot of really fucking dangerous situations that they come into, right? And I understand. Oh, there was another clip I wanted to play. Well, it's too late now. I don't know if you watched it, about that guy when he got pulled over and only put his window down that much and just followed the law legally, what he had to do as far as that traffic stop. I understand that.
Which one is it? I can pull it up.
Well, it's long. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll do it later.
We'll do it next time.
Yeah. I understand that police officers have a dangerous job, right? But I can't defend them when they act outside of the bounds of the law, right? A lot of times you see these police officers berating citizens, being assholes, arresting people for petty crimes, brutalizing citizens.
A lot of times, you said?
Yeah, I have a lot of those videos.
Okay.
But I do get, and I have seen plenty of videos where police officers get shot and die when they're not, situationally aware, or when they're not,
I brought this up during my debate with Amazing Audits. Have you seen the videos, or not necessarily the videos, but the stories of mass shootings where cops will oftentimes lie on top of children and use their body as a human shield?
Look, that's great and heroic, and I appreciate that. I appreciate those kinds of police officers. I feel like we need more of that, and less of the ones that we see on a daily basis in these videos, right?
Yeah.
How do we get there? I don't know. We have a long way to go.
Cliff, do you have a question?
Yeah, I got a couple. Pure Chaos 2000 says, ask Paige if she thinks it is okay for someone to hold a F your mama sign on a sidewalk in front of children or a sidewalk in front of a school.
Well, do you mean okay by what? Okay, is it legal or okay,
Just
is it
okay.
moral? I don't know. Just okay?
Should it be okay?
Fuck your mama?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Outside of a school.
Yeah, she'd be allowed to do it.
I'm going to say... Yeah, I mean, I get it. That's a tough one.
It's called public indecency. It's a law in most municipalities.
Yep. Obscenities
Especially when it's children. We hold, and we should, as Homo sapiens, we should hold our children, especially be overprotective of them. And I've got no issue with that. I've got no issue with laws in school zones being different than laws outside of school zones. So,
yeah, I would agree. Because I have 2 kids that are in school. I certainly wouldn't want that. And you're right. Now I'm going back because that's limiting free speech. And right. But I think what we agreed on before is like there has to be a boundary, but like where is it? That that's what we have to decide.
Well, I mean, the First Amendment is subject to reasonable time, manner, and place, right? Like that is
time, place, and manner. Yeah, that's what Rogue Nation got destroyed on in his debate with Artie. He did not understand time, place, and manner, and he got literally he got his. Well, I'm not gonna say literally all the way up to the point of him literally getting his ass handed to him. That's what Artie did to Rogue Nation in that debate.
We get your point. Oh my God, the fanboy.
It was great. It was like watching.
It turns him on. He likes this.
He likes
talking about this debate.
It was like when Conspiracy Cats debated Kent Hovind. I mean, it was that level of destruction.
That was on my channel. Yeah, thank you.
That was on your channel.
So, from Cat Girl, Paige, how are we a communist country?
No, I didn't say that we were. I said that if we continue to limit things like free speech, freedom of the press, freedom of religion, then that's what happens, right? When you limit people's ability to, regress their government, to speak freely.
Regress?
Redress.
I've been biting my tongue on the improper usage of the word redress like this entire time.
Oh my God! You can totally look. I'm a grammar Nazi, so if I say something incorrectly, I would totally appreciate it. If you went ahead and corrected.
Actually mean redress would mean actually
like put dress like reclothe.
No.
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 The government regresses. It's wrong.
Oh, did I say regress? Yeah, that's like going backwards.
You said regress.
Regressing. Yeah.
Could you
to redress your I don't think we're a communist country, but I think we need to pay attention to our civil rights. We need to make sure that they're not getting taken away, and then we don't turn into a communist country. That's my stand.
Cliff, can you do Caucasian sensations last 2?
Sure.
Thank
you. Okay, I got a lot here. One sec.
Caucasian Sensation bought one of my T-shirts, so he's good.
Yeah.
He gets to say whatever he wants.
It's my favorite print too.
Okay.
What does the T-shirt say?
Schrodinger's cat.
It's
just your label.
Yeah.
For your
there's a design on it too. Yeah.
Caucasian Sensation for $5 says, Paige, the permit system is in place to allow the city to prepare for the protest. Occupy Wall Street disrupted other people's rights and lives. And Caucasian Sensation for $5 right after that. The city will in turn put up barricades, detours, and roadblocks to then protect those demonstrating their rights. All that costs money, thus the fee.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I mean, it's not uncommon if there's going to be a protest, just like if there's going to be a parade. If you're going to have a parade, then you got to get a permit. They block off the street. They do all these other things. They extra cops on duty to prepare for this. That's why, and the fees are nominal. They legit are. Motorcycle rallies, there's fees for that, for permits. It's not unreasonable.
All right.
Any questions?
Yeah, I got some questions.
Mhm.
Okay. Keeping It Criminal says, for Paige, if you think all of the police can do whatever they want, why is there an internal affairs department, code of ethics, or laws to manage the balance of power?
Sure. Internal affairs, though, is literally the police investigating themselves, and I don't agree with that. If you're going to have an investigation about something that the police did, it needs to be an external investigation. And I think actually recently they've been doing that more than they were. But previously it was just like, the sergeant investigates and decided that there's no wrongdoing or whatever. I think every police force should have a separate investigative force that looks into what they're doing.
Yeah, lots of cities have civilian review boards.
Yeah.
And
but it's not many. And it's been recent.
I haven't quantified it, so I can't say that.
Well, yeah. I would guess that it's not many.
Okay. From American B. Savage. Paige, how many interactions happen with law enforcement yearly, and how many of those end positively and are reported?
I don't have any of that data in front of me. I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Do you know how many police there are in America?
I do not.
Well, the NYPD by itself, I think, has 50,000 cops.
Yeah, there's approximately 300,000.
35,000 in NYPD. Yeah, I just looked that up. I looked that up the other day.
Yeah, they had their police department is not only the largest police department in the world, it's larger than most countries' militaries.
Go NYPD.
Yeah, and that's a little bit concerning.
Do you know how big New York is?
There's 20 million people in the greater New York area.
How many? Right, but I'm just saying in general. So in the United States, you're saying there's how many police officers in the United States?
Cliff.
Wow,
I thought you would already have it. Cliff's our Google guy.
Okay. Why is it not coming up?
Well, there's 35,000 in New York.
I know a lot of them are quitting because they're getting rid of they got rid of qualified immunity in I think Arizona and New Mexico, and a lot of them
quit. Do you
quit.
think that's a good thing?
Absolutely.
Are you for defund the police?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you think that's going to make police better or
Right,
worse?
but here's the thing: people think that defunding the police means no more police.
No.
Defunding the police means that you take away money from their expensive cars, like too many
training
cops everywhere. No,
training.
Not training. Nobody's saying they need more training.
So you're going to take the money away for that they can spend on training?
No, we're not taking money away from training. You redistribute that money into different places, right? And you also add social workers, crisis intervention teams.
With less money, you're going to add all that.
Yeah, well, it's about redistribution.
Oh.
Yeah.
700,000.
700,000.
Oh, wow, more than I thought.
Police officers of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
How many?
That's smaller than the U.S. military.
And
how many people are in the United States?
There's 330 million people in the United States, so that's
very small
what?
percentage.
God, way less than.
You think we need more cops? Get out of here.
I think we need
more
better
money.
cops.
I agree. I think we need better cops.
And defunding them is not going to make them better.
No, I think they need more training. I think that police academy should be longer.
Mm-hmm. What is it? 6 months?
Something like that. But then you have a year of
probation.
Yeah, probation when you're under a field training officer.
Yeah,
so I don't really have a problem with that, but I mean, that's a lot of training. That's a year and a half before you're like a full-fledged cop. But I think the quality of the training could be better. And I've said this in my videos. You can find videos where I'm like, okay, why is this cop 350 pounds? Like, like I was in the military for 22 years. We wouldn't put up with that. You should have military bearing in the police force. They should be as well disciplined as military members, and I don't think that a lot of them are. So they should have training, and they should have retraining, and I know that they do, but I think it should be more. I think they should be more like a branch of the military, and a lot of the First Amendment auditor crowd is going to bristle at that because they don't want a military grade police force. They want a bunch of Barney Fifes out there.
No, well, we already have a militarized police force, but ostensibly, right, when you look at them, they're militarized, but they don't have the training that the United States military gets. But they have all the tools, right?
No. But
No?
they've got some armored personnel carriers that I think that they don't in all cases need. I've got no issue at all with the NYPD having armored personnel carriers.
The NYPD actually sent theirs back. They don't have the. They don't have.
They were
the
given them anyway.
Yeah,
right. So
have
I've got some quibbles with that, but I think we're getting off track, and we got tons of super stats we need to get to.
Just one thing, Drakenman Silver Flare says, "Don't make Police Academy longer. I can only take so much." Steve Gutenberg. I thought you'd like that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Cliffy.
All right. Do you want
Sorry,
me to
I snorted. I can't help it.
Oh, I do it all the time. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, he made that little giggle, snort. Me. Anyway.
I do it all the time though. Go ahead, Cliff.
Do you want me to read the last two questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Does either panel member think U.S. gun culture is part of the problem of police interactions?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I do, because the cops are dealing with an armed populace, so it makes them more scared, right?
Good point.
When you look at policing in countries that don't have an armed populace, they usually don't carry guns, and they're not worried about getting shot. So yeah, I mean, I think.
But didn't you just say earlier that you changed your stance on the Second Amendment because you thought that the police shouldn't be the only ones armed?
Sure, I'm not saying that. Look, it is what it is right now. We have an armed populace, and nobody's going to be able to change that in the nearby future. That's for sure. But absolutely, I don't want the cops to be the only ones that have guns. But that doesn't mean that the interactions therefore change because you're dealing with an armed populace. That's my point.
I do have a problem with the open carry First Amendment or Second Amendment protesters. I got enough guns to choke a whale with. I mean, I've got guns on top of guns on top of guns, but I don't open carry because open carry is stupid.
It just creates, panic.
Well, it's tactically stupid in a shooting situation. Say in an active shooter situation, who's the active shooter going to shoot first?
The one with the gun.
Yeah, so it's tactically stupid. All you're doing is out there making a spectacle of yourself to get a reaction, just like First Amendment auditors. Like, come on, people. And I know I'm going to get hate for that, what I just said. I don't care.
Okay. All right. What can I just want to follow up on something. The one about the number of police. 61. This is from the same person, American B. Savage. 61.5 million people had at least one interaction with police in 2018. So how many positive stories do you know of?
They don't get reported.
Right. And what
So
That's not
and
true.
also,
Well,
how small do you think the fraction is that of the bad ones?
roughly, so police are people. I've said this before, and police. I don't have data to back this up, but it is my conjecture that police are roughly crooked in the same proportion as Walmart cashiers are crooked.
Mm-hmm.
You probably got one bad cop for every Walmart cashier that steals out of the till.
Well, that's pretty high. No, sorry.
do you think that the other Walmart cashiers are hiding? They know that other Walmart cashier is stealing, but they don't say anything.
At the same proportion as the police. What I'm saying is, police are people. There's bad police in the same proportion as there are in any other field. You got a bad U.S. sailor in the same
Surgeon.
proportion as you got a bad cop.
Bad surgeon, dentist.
Yeah. Any field. I would say, with no evidence, I admit that
Donut did the math. He can go on his channel. He
Oh,
did the math.
God.
Donut Operators.
Donut.
I like his channel.
I love his channel.
You don't like Donut Operator?
How do you not like him?
I've never watched it because he just
Then
he's
how dare you
even
gonna-
worse than you.
No, he's
I
not.
think.
Hold
he
on,
calls
hold on.
out. No, he calls out cops.
Everybody pause.
Sorry.
You
All
said
right, I'll tell you
he-
why. I'll tell you why. Can I answer?
No. You said he's worse than me after you said that you haven't watched his channel.
Yeah.
Come on,
Okay,
Paige.
and I'll tell you why. Hold on. Because I watch Good Luck America. Do you ever watch him?
Never heard of her.
Oh my God, he is an ex-cop, and he does really great videos. So please subscribe to Good Luck America. But he often says, "All right, Donut, why don't you defend this one, Donut?" You know.
So
and I'm
you're
like,
going on somebody else who hates Donut.
Yes, I admit.
Without
Donut
doing your due
has
diligence.
and Donut.
Correct.
Sorry, but Donut does call out when cops go wrong.
I've seen
Absolutely.
that. He also does charity events on his channel and other things. He goes and he hangs out with police
All right.
and military and all that stuff. You can't stop doing this. Like, if
Okay,
you-
can we make a deal?
Perhaps.
Can you start watching Good Luck America, and I'll start watching Donut Operator.
I'm writing it down
Please?
right now. Here's the difference, though, that I'm going to say before I write this down.
I know what you're gonna say, that I made a statement that I didn't like him, even though I've never even watched it.
No. What I'm saying is, I've never watched Good Luck America because I've never heard of her. You've never watched Donut Operator, but you formed an opinion about him
based
without
on
looking at
someone
his
else,
channel.
based on someone else's opinion. yeah.
Right, which is a terrible reason.
All right.
Besides, he's just fun to look at.
Oh.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't.
Oh yes.
I didn't. That mustache is holy shit.
That's a porn stash. I can't stand that. I can't stand the porn stash, but he's real. He wears it well.
Now who's snorting?
I didn't do that.
No, that was me
Somebody else
again.
was
Sorry.
okay. All right. So next question.
All right, last question. Roger Gold, the Unhallowed Knight says, "I think Paige is suspicious. Can we eject her from Among Us?"
We play that a lot around here.
Yeah, we
did
can.
play that a lot.
We can, Rajigal.
Do you guys still play Among Us? I don't know. I played it for a little while and I just got bored.
It's fun with us.
I played it once.
You played it once?
Yeah, on Tina's roast, where I was savagely destroyed.
Murdered.
Oh man, no, he.
Did they,
No,
like,
verbally.
twist-
It was my birthday, and they roasted me on my birthday, and he was very
Oh.
mean. He was very mean. People can go watch that on my channel.
It's what I do.
All right, you want to read
All right,
super
Ben.
chats?
Yeah, some of them will have questions in them, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And it's
All right.
stuff to respond to.
All right, so Hank for $5 says, "Paige B, did you wash your hands?" Hashtag Team Piss Mouth.
You guys, that's from Polly Crispy's channel. You need to watch that. It's funny.
Okay. Feet 765102 for $5 says, "She's the female version of Devin Bay."
Oh,
shit.
That's
Who is
just
that?
no.
Right.
That's wrong. That's me. What, you don't know who Devin Bay is?
No, I have no idea.
He's a moron.
He's a sovereign citizen Moor
Yeah.
who makes death threats and
Oh my God.
Threatens
yeah,
people's
the
children.
FBI has come to his house.
Why?
And he
Why
hid
in the
because he's a
world
coward.
would you associate me with such an awful human like that? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
She's
Yeah.
way too drunk to make death threats.
Yeah.
Oh, before we move on, Tina, plug your after show.
Oh, I'm having an after show.
Well done.
Yeah.
Hey, can someone post? All right, so my original YouTube channel got nuked. Can you guys post my new YouTube channel in chat in case anyone wants to
I'll put it in the
subscribe?
description if you give me the link.
Okay. Well, the link is
went-
in that email.
But it said it had no content.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh,
It's brand
okay.
new. I just got nuked. My other one got nuked.
Oh, okay then.
Why?
I'll put that in the description.
Cause do you know who Rick Crude is?
No.
I'm the pro wrestler
Yeah.
from the 80s.
Yeah.
He nuked your channel?
No, he came on and he showed a gun. And then
Like literally the WWF wrestler came on your channel?
yeah, Rick Crude?
Ravishing Rick Rude from the WWF?
Yeah. We talk all the time.
That's pretty badass.
Dude, I grew up in Stanford, so like. that's
He
what-
has. You're not subscribed to his channel?
I
Anyway,
didn't know he had
unless
a
he's
channel.
a fake, I don't. He lives in Texas. I've never watched wrestling in my life. Calls himself Rick Crude. Used to be
Or it could
on.
be
He used to
anybody.
be a professional wrestler.
Okay.
But anyway, he came on my channel and he showed a gun, and then a bunch of haters
Wait a minute.
reported me.
I showed guns on my channel.
I know. My boyfriend.
I don't know,
showed him
dude.
on mine.
My whole channel got taken.
Was he
down.
threatening with it?
No, I was just telling him that like I'd never shot a gun before,
Uh-huh.
and I was showing the video of us at the shooting range. It was the first time I ever shot a gun.
Uh-huh.
I played that video,
Uh-huh.
and then he showed his gun, and then my channel got taken down.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't.
Deleted.
All right.
I had that channel for years.
Okay.
Now I don't have one.
Chats.
Super chat.
Okay.
All right. Get back up to where I was here. So, Lissy for $9.99 says Schrodinger, could you please give a shout out to my husband Chris? He loves your videos and introduce them to me. Now we
Aw.
watch them. Now we watch them together.
You know what? I think that I got an email. I got an email from somebody who said that his wife just started watching my videos and now they're binge watching my channel. So, Chris, shout out to your wife and just to the audience in general. I try to answer every email, but it's getting to the point where I'm getting so many.
He'll get
If
better
you
at it.
don't get an answer, I read every email, but I have a full-time job. It's getting to the point where I can't respond to every email. So if I don't respond, it doesn't mean I didn't read it.
And just, we're gonna get better at it. I'm gonna help him
Yeah.
get better
Yeah.
at it. I'll schedule him better or something.
She hits me, y'all.
Only a little. Go ahead.
Call the cops.
All right. So, AZ the Kid for $9.99 super sticker. Thank you. Isabel Torak for $5 said, I would pay to be on this panel. Love your vids, SC.
A week from today, I'm planning on having another members panel. So look out for that announcement. We're going to do the same thing. The first 3 people who email me and say they want to be on are going to be on. My plan is to announce that sometime this week, and the live stream will be the same as this one, Sunday at 6 Eastern.
Cool.
American B. Savage just said Rick Rude died in 1999.
All right, so then it's not. All right, look, his name is Rick Crude. I didn't know. Maybe he's impersonating Rick
Yeah,
Rude.
maybe.
but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's a
doing-
zombie.
Or he's a
There you go.
Okay.
Zombie lives matter, people.
Oh my god. Cliff, go ahead.
Thomas EG1 for $5 said, just seeing if this donation works. Yeah, it does.
You got it, buddy.
Yeah. Matt Bond for Aussie $2 says the Constitution seems like a get out of jail card.
That's something I wanted to mention too. Is First Amendment auditors and a lot of people, they want to use constitutional rights as a cudgel to beat people over the head with. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again in the future, I'm sure. Your right to swing your fist ends at the tip of my nose. These rights are not absolute. They have context, and just like when they go in the post office and they say, "Oh, it's owned by the public." So the other day I sent, God, which idiot auditor was it? NC Tyrant Hunter, who I challenged to a debate and wouldn't debate me. I put in his comment section because he was saying the thing about it's owned by the public. Of course, I can go in there and film. He lives in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where I lived for 6 months. Well, no, more like a year while I worked at JSOC. And so I put a comment in his comment section and said, "Oh, you live near Fort Bragg. I beg and plead with you, please do a First Amendment audit of JSOC."
He did, didn't he?
No, he didn't. You know why I know he didn't? Because he's still alive. So JSOC is the Joint Special Operations Command, which oversees missions for SEAL Team 6 and Delta Force and the Tier 1 operations, the shit you see on the news after it happens.
Yeah.
And his response was, "I can't get on Fort Bragg." And I said, "But it's paid for by the public. It's public property." And he didn't answer after that.
I think they did one like outside the perimeter.
Yeah, no. I want him to see the way JSOC works. You have to go on to Fort Bragg. So you got to get through that ECP, entry control point. Then you got to go through the JSOC ECP that's already on Fort Bragg, and only people who are associated with JSOC can get onto the JSOC compound that's on Fort Bragg.
Right.
And good luck getting through there if you're not supposed to be there. You'll get shot in the face.
God.
It's paid for by the public. It's public property. Taxpayers pay for it. So by his logic, he should be able to go in there in the Joint Operations Center where we plan and run these missions. He should be able to go in there and film by his own logic. So why doesn't he do it?
So Al-Qaeda would be watching them.
It's like they don't understand how security matters work.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go. Are there any more questions for me, or?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you need a break real quick? A potty break?
Oh, it's just getting late.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's 2:00 p.m. here.
I used to live on Maui. I remember how that worked. My family was all on the East Coast, and I was living on Maui, and it was like, oh God, how do I call them? The time difference was so vast.
Okay. Margra for $5 says, Paige, are you not aware that the Constitution allows for state and local municipalities to create their own regulations?
I am aware that state and local municipalities are allowed to make their own regulations, although my contention is if you make a law that is against the Constitution, then that law wouldn't be valid. So, like, if a municipality made a law that said, "Oh, we allow murderers here," right? Then that that wouldn't be a valid statute or whatever the fuck happens when you.
What in the Constitution says that murder is illegal?
Oh, you can't take life, liberty, or property.
All right, that was a trick question. I was just going to see if you would get.
Yeah.
Oh,
well done.
I got a
well
clap.
All right. Malice for Australian $1. No message. Thank you. Mrs. Caucasian Sensation $2 super sticker. Thank you. Great Big Rands for $5 says a public library is a limited forum.
Yes, it is.
John Deere $5 says catnat. Yes, RAP catnat.
Yeah, we're
Don't-
still
yeah,
still
still
struggling. Some of us with that.
Don't forget the after show, guys. It'll be 20 minutes after this.
All right.
Good.
We'll probably wrap this up in 20 minutes. So, yeah.
All right. Baker Street Gaming for £10 says, Paige, why are you defending these deadbeat dads, etc.?
Deadbeat dads. I don't know what that means.
Frauditors.
Yeah.
I don't defend frauditors.
People are thinking that you defend frauditors.
Well, whatever. They can think whatever they like. But that's not the truth.
All right. Hank for $5 says, Paige B doesn't understand limited public forum.
Probably true.
The library.
Yeah. Unclean Hands for $3 says, answering questions with a question is evasive.
Okay.
True.
Caucasian Sensation. Oh, no, already did those.
Yeah.
The city, Lillis for $2 says, someone's sloppy. Okay. Hope I pronounced your name right.
Hey.
T. Lomac for $4.99 says, I don't think she has a problem with the cops. She has a problem with the laws that are nowhere near communism.
All right.
Asian Canadian.
No, go ahead. I was going to comment, but I'll hold it.
Okay. Asian Canadian for $5 says, this is where I live and I even go to this library often.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah. That was
St.
like.
Augustine?
Yeah. St. Augustine's nice.
It is.
A little bit hot, but it's kind of like when I saw that one video that I made the video about in Windsor. I bought gas at that gas station so many times. It was like, when I first saw the video, I'm like, hold on, that looks familiar. I was like, could that be the gas station in Windsor? And I was like, no, it can't be. And then it was. It's crazy when that happens.
Isn't
Small
it,
world.
though? It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, Marvel Girl lives in the same city as Eric Brandt. I'm
you
not saying,
Oh, you live in Denver?
I'm not saying they're friends and they hang out.
I used to live in Denver.
It's not Denver. It's not Denver.
Well,
it's Colorado Springs.
Eric Brandt was in Colorado Springs?
Yep.
I was in Westminster Broomfield.
I'm not saying they were friends and they hung out and had
No, I
sleepovers.
Ew! God, I hate you so much.
But
Did you take naps in Liberty Bird's van?
What's he called?
Liberty Bird is
No, he's not.
Buddy. His buddy.
Oh God.
You don't know Liberty Bird?
I don't.
Yeah, it's one of his.
Oh, is that that guy running his
fans.
channel
Cronies.
now?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I gave up on him a long time ago.
Kate just texted me and she said, "Sorry, connectivity issues. No worries,
Okay.
Kate."
Sure, Kate.
Okay.
Kate rage quit, and she was the moderator.
I know.
First moderator rage quit.
That's priceless.
I'm texting her right now and saying you rage quit.
Get Clippy.
All right. Chris Kelling for $10 says, what gets me is the auditors go into the situation to antagonize. There is no check. They assume they will find something that violates their rights. This is then wrong way of doing this.
And it is, because you'll see a lot of these videos, and I had one just to make the point. Instead of cutting out all the dead air, I just blew through it by playing it at like 16 times speed. This guy went into a tiny post office, and he hung in there for like an hour. He was there for the long haul until he got a reaction.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They're not there to assert their rights, because otherwise he would walk in there 10 minutes, do a walk around, nobody said anything.
Right.
Nailed it, walk out of there.
I agree. I'm not here to debate you on any of that shit. That's for
Okay.
All right.
Next one.
So Hank for $5 says, Page B, just because SC highlights the dumb doesn't mean he calls all auditors and cop watchers bad.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right. Maybe.
Yeah. A lot of auditors say, why don't you do a video about this guy? And I'm like, because he doesn't do anything worth making a video about. You know, they want to point out, like, they say, well, this guy's a good First Amendment auditor. And my response is always, have you ever seen him on my channel? And they say no. And I'm like, that's because I don't have any issue with what he does.
Yeah, good point. Noah's Ark Nancy for $5 says, I don't think any of us are against filming. It's when they step beyond filming into harassing that we have trouble with. Very good point. Wes Engstrom, Lillis, and Pat S., all new members, all welcome to Debunkers.
Oh, cool. I love members. You're now eligible for
the panel.
For the panel and
Secret
for
video.
the contests. No. So what I do, Paige, is I do on a video once every couple of weeks. At the beginning of a video, I'll pose a trivia question, and the first channel member who answers it correctly, I'll send them $50.
Wow.
Okay.
That's how we roll around here at Schrodinger's Cat.
Yeah. Bling bling.
Cool. TGP for Australian $5 says, would Paige ever go for a ride along with the police to see what it's like? There are good cops and bad cops, like there are good and bad everywhere.
You should. I've done
wouldn't.
it. It's a good experience.
I don't want to. I don't have any desire to be a police officer. I will say,
you don't have to be. You just sit there and watch them.
Yeah, I will say that I really was so excited about the dispatcher job. They had a opening for a dispatcher and a call taker, and I feel like a lot of times in police interactions, the problem is communication between dispatch and the cops, right? Because they can only act on what they're told, right? And I feel like I would be a really good communicator. I'm a really fast typer. I'm a good listener. And I was like totally excited about that job. But the problem is it's only 3 days a week and it's like 12 hours a day. And I have 2 kids that are in school and that would never fucking work for me. So maybe later on.
If you ever do, can you like record it? Because it would just be, I would, and now I want to your majesty. It would be awesome.
You're such an asshole.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Drunk.
I kind of am.
You think I would go to work drunk? What is wrong with you?
I own it.
All right. But no, I don't know. I don't have any desire to go on a ride along with a police officer.
You should.
No, I shouldn't.
Why? Well, why wouldn't you?
I watch enough of it. It's not something that I want to be involved in. That side of policing. I really don't.
I think the point is, why not open yourself up to maybe being wrong?
Being wrong about what?
Or just getting greater insight.
I mean, going on one ride along is going to open myself up to being wrong with it? I don't understand that.
But it would give you a different look at it.
Perspective.
And you would be able to say in the future, like, I've been there, I've ridden with the cops. Like, I saw the main thing that I saw when I did a ride along was how boring it is to be a cop.
Yeah. That's why they sit around.
Boring. It's boring
with
until
each
it's
other.
not.
Yeah.
You know, at 90%, I did an entire 8-hour shift with the cops. And 6.5 hours of it was sitting around bullshitting, which I'm used to, you know, from being in the military. That's, you know, we do a lot of waiting. So in that respect, it's kind of the same thing.
Right. Well, maybe we should give them some tasks that they can do while they're sitting around.
Like patrolling.
For 6.5 hours.
Yeah, like patrolling, because that's what I'm saying. When I'm talking about sitting around, it's riding around. You know, sort of
looking
like
for speeders.
Sort of
making sure
like
neighborhoods are
firefighters.
safe.
I mean, firefighters spend 90% of their work, you know, shift just
eating at the
around.
fire station. Yeah.
Right, but like, what else do you want them to do?
I don't know. You can give plenty of shit to do.
You administrative tasks. Do enough?
Huh?
They wash the truck. I know because I have a lot of friends who are firefighters. They wash the truck. They do administrative tasks. They do.
Right.
They take care of business.
Yeah,
Good.
but you want them like hanging out there, like being ready, like
Of course.
you know. And First Amendment auditors recently have started doing First Amendment audits of fire stations. Like,
And it's
what
so
the
stupid.
actual fuck?
Well,
So
because the fire stations or whatever have been, shining lights into their cameras or
Of course they are, because these idiots like you, Patrick, are going around to fires and shining lights in the
Yeah,
firefighters'
so that they
faces.
can't
Like,
see.
come on. Like, there has
Right.
to be, like, I said this in one of my recent videos where the guy went to the elementary school and was doing his little First Amendment audit of an elementary school.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
And I said, literally, I'm like, what's next? Are you going to start doing First Amendment auditors of oncology nurses? Like,
No, there's a difference between public servants, like police officers, politicians, government employees, and,
teachers,
oncology nurses.
Teachers?
Yeah, teachers. Yeah, I get it. I know. They're
fucking
government.
firefighters
Yeah, I know.
dragging bodies out of burning houses, and some idiot auditor's there with a spotlight shining it in his face so he can't find his way out of the building. You got to be fucking kidding me.
No, I'm
these people.
not. I'm not defending it. All right. Anyway, any more questions? I gotta go.
Yeah, so Dan the Man says for $5, Paige, I disagree with you almost entirely, but you're doing great. Usually the people that have the balls to come on are 100% stupid.
Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Sort of kind words.
Okay. TGP for Australian $5. Oh, sorry, Ridge 152 did $5. No message. Thank you. TGP for Australian $5 says, has Paige seen the videos of the cops being good and helping people? No, because that doesn't make news and get clicks.
Right.
I have. I do watch those.
There's a few. I think if a cop does something bad and it's caught on camera, it's going on the news. If a cop does something good and it's caught on camera, maybe 10% chance it's going to go on the news.
No, I watch a channel called Police Activity. I don't know if you're subscribed to them on YouTube.
I'm very familiar with that channel.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, they have ones that are like saving babies or saving guys, under cars or whatever. Yeah, I'm
But
not.
that's a YouTube channel. I'm talking about the news.
The media.
Well, I don't watch the news.
But still millions and millions of people do.
All right, well, that's
LG
not
says,
my problem.
LG says that auditors have even begun auditing at domestic violence facilities.
I've got a video on my channel of that.
Yeah. Thomas EG1 for $5 had a question for Paige. What does Paige think of the auditor who filmed a women's shelter?
I think that was absolutely disgusting. I've seen that one before. Yeah. Absolutely deplorable and disgusting. That's how I feel about it.
And the fucking cops let him go.
Yeah.
He should have gone to jail under the keeping cop laws.
Yeah, so we're arresting people, for fuck City Hall, but yet you've got some guy fucking peering into windows at a goddamn woman's shelter, and he doesn't get arrested. That's all I'm saying.
Different cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. One more question for Paige. Michael Krause for $4.99 says, Schrodinger's cat, she might hit you, but you like it. Paige, what is that? Paige, what has happened in your life that you feel such hatred towards the cops?
Nothing. Well, thinking back, when I first started watching, the cop watching auditing community, I never really realized how I've been wronged by police officers. I certainly have. I've certainly been. I was a out of control teenager, and in my 20s, I certainly wasn't a law follower. I never stole anything, but I did a lot of drugs, and I drove. I drunk drove, and I am not defending any of that, but also I've been pulled over for nothing. So like one time I was driving and a police officer was right on my tail, and then he pulled around me, and I turned around and said, "Get off my ass, like stop." So he pulled me over because he thought I said you're an asshole or something. Yeah, so I had that conversation. Yeah.
A conversation. He didn't do anything to that.
You should have.
I didn't do it.
You should have said that you were traveling and not driving, and you should
No,
have said
I'm not a
all-
fucking sob sit. I have all my
it
papers
works.
in
It
order.
works every time. All you
Oh,
have to do
shut
is
up.
Stop it. But
all
did
rights
they?
reserved in all places at all times.
How else?
But yeah,
and
I
ask-
mean,
Wait, how else have they wronged you? I'm very interested in that though.
Sure. When I was about 16 or so, I was driving my father's car, and I was speeding. I was. He pulled me over, asked me for my driver's license, gave it to him, and he says, "Is this your car?" I said, "No, it's my dad's." He said, "Well, where's your, do you have any of your dad's info?" And I said, "Yeah." And there's like a little latch under the steering wheel where he keeps his drive. It's like pulls out. It's like a little drawer.
Yeah.
And I pulled it out and gave him my dad's driver's license. And he's like, "All right, can I search the car?" And of course, I'm like, "Okay, sure." Because I don't know at this age.
It's a terrible
And-
idea.
Right. Well, I didn't know.
She's 16.
Exactly. I don't know. It's a cop who wants to search my car. I say, "Okay." And there's nothing in the car. Whatever. He searches my car and then he goes, "I thought it was weird that your dad's license was in that little slidey drawer or whatever." I'm like, "Okay." And he let me go. Another time,
Wait,
I was living.
wait. Just that one. How was that wrong?
How was it wrong? Because I think there was no need to search my car.
That's what he asked, though. He did ask.
Right. You didn't
Right,
have
he
to let him.
asked, sure. But I didn't know that I could say no, really. I was really
So
young.
here's the pro cop sycophantic bootlicker Schrodinger's cat telling you, never, no, for the audience, not just you. Don't let the cops search your car without probable cause.
All right, Schrodinger,
Never.
they're just going to bring the dog out and pretend that the dog hit. They're going
They
to
don't
get in
do
your
that.
car either way. They don't do that? Are you kidding me? I will show you thousands of videos where
How do you know what the dog's tell is? How do you know?
how do they know what the dog's telling?
Because they. Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Make them go through the motions. Don't let them search your car. If they're gonna bring the dog out and do the whole charade, and I've seen them. I know that they can make the dog do the tell.
Absolutely.
Make them do it. Make them jump through the hoops. Do not let them search
But
your
why
car.
then? So I'm going to sit there for 2 hours while they, they're not supposed to keep the stop longer to employ a dog, but they do it every time.
Because guess why?
Hmm.
If you let them search your car, whatever they find is
It's on
free
you.
game.
Yeah.
Because you let them search your car.
Look.
If they make the dog do a tell, your lawyer can fight that.
Yeah. You have something.
Oh.
there.
Right.
Either
Just
way.
like, no, hold on. Let me just,
Yeah, go ahead.
because I'm another analogy. Just like if you take a plea deal, you can't appeal.
Sure.
If you get convicted,
You can appeal.
you can do an appeal.
Sure.
So make them jump through those hoops. This is from the bootlicker Schrodinger's
Thank
cat.
you. Thank you very much, bootlegger. But I still don't understand how you've been wronged by cops.
Okay. I was living in an apartment one time. I had roommates that were doing drugs, and the mother of the girl, it was a couple. The mother of the girl called police to come to the house because she was worried about her daughter doing drugs.
Okay.
Now, it was just me and my boyfriend at that time. Those two weren't even there. And the police officer comes to my door, knocks on my door. And I answer the door, and he says, "Hey, how you doing?" And blah, blah. "Listen, I got a report that you had a pound of marijuana in your bathtub.
I'm sorry.
Do you mind if I come in and make sure you don't have a pound of marijuana in your bathtub?" And I'm like, "Of course I don't have a pound of marijuana in my bathtub. Come on in."
Why?
Again! Again!
Oh my God, again. I was like 18. All right? This was before I knew any of this shit, and most people don't know this shit.
Okay.
All right?
I'm getting text messages from my wife that she's throwing in the towel on your behalf. She's saying stop.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, she's too drunk to continue.
Oh.
You
No,
need
I'm
to
not.
end
I'm
this
really
before-
not. But okay. But
But
yeah,
what
we can
happened
end
at
it.
that one? I really need to know. Go ahead.
Yeah, he saw like a little plastic baggie that like
Because
was
you let him
totally
in.
old and empty on top of one of the dressers and said, "Oh, that's drugs. Now I have probable cause," and fucking put us all in cuffs. Fucking try to get a search warrant, all this shit. It was a bunch of bullshit.
Did you go
anyway,
to jail?
No,
Oh,
because
okay.
there was nothing to take me to jail for.
So okay, so nothing happened.
Nothing happened except I was in handcuffs on my couch for about 6 hours.
That was your fault.
But you let him in, honey.
I was 19.
And there were drugs there, apparently, at some point, right?
there
you
weren't.
said you were doing drugs, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like...
Yeah. All right. Just...
Who cares?
But I was crazy.
All right.
Go ahead.
Maybe next time we can talk about the war on drugs and how that's detrimental to society, too. But anyway...
We'll just spend 2 hours with me agreeing with you, so no.
Yeah.
No, good. I like that. Thanks.
Yeah, war on drugs is BS. Anyway, last question, not a super chat. Sean Zeke says, ask Paige to restate her opinion on the military that she made on Massel.
Oh,
Look,
did you?
No, here's the thing. My words got totally twisted, and it happens all the time. People like to hear what they want to hear. We were having a conversation about veterans and about how sometimes when people join the military, they don't really know what they're going in to fight for, right? And let me preface this by saying that my grandfather was a World War II vet. My grandmother lived through, she was a Hitler Youth and grew up in Germany during World War II. After he died, my grandmother married another veteran. He's a Korean War and a Vietnam veteran. So if you think that I'm anti-vet, you're absolutely out of your mind. What I'm saying is that the American war machine keeps just making war after endless fucking wars. And we need to think about what we're actually going to fight for when we're going over to these other countries, to fight for whatever they tell us to fight for. And that was my point. And people got it totally twisted into thinking that I'm anti-vet. And it's totally ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm very pro-vet. They take great care of my dogs.
You jerk. Go ahead, Cliff.
All right, so back to the super chats then. Not now, maybe later for $5 says, so are the people on the panel saying there are no absolutes besides in mathematics? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's from, I think, Not Now, Maybe Later is an auditor.
Oh, good.
He used to be.
Is he not an auditor anymore?
No, he doesn't audit anymore. He just does panels, drama panels.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
My kind of person. Go ahead.
Renbro, new member, welcome to the bunkers.
Welcome.
T. Lomac for $4.99 says, I was in the Marines for a decade. I promise you the police are not militarized.
No, they're not.
No,
They've got some toys. They aside from the police who are vets, they don't have anywhere near the level of training, and they don't have the really good toys. I know for a fact.
They don't have the nukes or the rockets.
I've never seen a police department with an aircraft carrier.
Ooh.
All right.
That'd be cool, though. Shamar Davis for $5 says, defunding the police will lead to a rise in crime. Just look at New York City since they did that. Portland, Oregon is an example of what happens when rioters run it.
Mm-hmm. And when you defund them. Go ahead.
Akira 808 State for $4.99 says, defunding the police is a very bad idea. Those who are in favor of it, who will they call when they're getting robbed?
Aloha, Akira, my fellow Hawaiian.
For a month. Jesus.
Hawaiian.
Are you going native? Are you going native?
You're
I'm
a Howley. Don't even call yourself a Hawaiian Howley.
I'm here till the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the Hawaiian equivalent? What's the Hawaiian equivalent of gringo?
Howley.
Howley.
Howley?
No,
Okay.
Howley's a white person. Sorry.
Yeah.
Howley's a white person in Hawaiian.
All right. Rejected Driftwood for $5 says, love the channel. Keep up the great fight against stupidity.
That's what we're planning.
Okay. Cajun Drifter for $20 says, Paige, as a retired vet, I've observed that in any organization, 10% of your personnel are going to be FUBAR and cause you 90% of your problems. What compounds the problem for law enforcement is that they're highly visible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody's filming them now.
Yeah.
That and you think that's a problem that they're getting filmed?
No.
No,
It's
that's not
that
what he
it's
said.
that it's so visible that it looks like
Yeah.
more of a problem than it is.
Right. Do you get
Okay.
that?
So
wait.
our
Do you get what
police-
she's saying?
No. That
Our
you're
police.
saying
Here's the question: Are police worse than they used to be, or is it just more visible?
That's it.
no, they're not. Yeah, it's more visible, sure.
That's
Right.
The whole, that's the whole
What
point.
does that have to do with anything? Now it's getting
It's
exposed.
getting better.
Yeah, we're exposing it,
Right.
Right.
and that's
So-
a good thing.
Nobody
No,
said it's not.
I don't disagree, but the people that are these First Amendment auditors, they're counterproductive in their actions because they're trying to create interactions with police.
Sure, and I
They're-
don't disagree.
So it's not honest.
Yeah, and you're right.
Real
You-
time
you-
echo now, guys. Dude.
Oh, sorry, I'm
Killing
talking
me.
loud. I'll shut up. Maybe I'll turn my mic down. Maybe that'll
All
help.
right, I gotta
That'll
pee.
You gotta go pee.
Go pee.
I gotta go pee.
Go pee.
I'll be right back.
You know me.
All right.
Oh,
We'll do
I gotta go pee.
We'll do super chats in the meantime. Not now, maybe later for $2 says she sewed her boobs. Okay, whatever.
What?
To get to lose a channel, guys.
Oh.
Okay.
I doubt that's true.
No, I don't think so either. Arian Rod for $5 says, thanks for letting me know about NC Tyrant. I'll be watching out for him. I grew up in the Fort Bragg area, not an army brat. Cajun Drifter, new member, welcome to Tasers.
Welcome.
Oh, tasers. That's the top level. Thanks, dude.
Woo!
Wow, cool. Karen Cookisimo for $5 says, I agree with the right to trespass people. I own rural property and my friends own a restaurant. Some people need to go for any reason.
Exactly.
Yeah. Michael Bowman for $2 says, Rick Rude, not Rude. Rude died in 1999. Okay.
Thank you.
The poor thing. She was.
Aww.
She got pranked.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just.
Maybe he really was.
Whatever. Go ahead.
Wrestler.
Maybe he was resurrected.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. Scott Benning or Bennion for $3 says, always love your debates, SC. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Oh. Don't encourage him.
The Dutch Doyle discussions for $4.99 says good because we don't want you in our RMP anyway.
And our what?
RMP anyway. I think that's a reference to her doing a ride along.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you.
JL the Drinking Gamer, $5. Message retracted. Let me know if you want me to read something because you retracted it. Archangel 3 for $2 says, well done tonight, SC. Not bad for a squid. Okay.
See what you did there. But I'll take your $2.
Yeah. Okay, got a couple more that came in.
Yeah.
I was an MP in the Army, and once every 5 months we had drill with the Springs PD, and it was fun watching them try to do what we did for training.
You didn't say the person who.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Sweet death for $5. Taco Josh Gaming for $2.50 says, great job, Paige and SC. Would love round 2. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm up for it if she is. She, she didn't do an amazing audits where he had to be kicked. So
No, right? That was
yeah,
good.
no, I've got no issue with Paige. She's welcome here anytime.
Oh, and by the way, this is not a super chat. Archangel for Truth wants to debate with you, and it's in the chat.
Email me and tell me the topic first, because I've had lots of people debate me or ask for debates on topics that either I don't care about or I agree with them. So I'm not going to debate somebody on something on a topic where we're just going to agree for 2 hours, because that's going to be boring.
Okay. Yeah. We got JL the Drinking Gamer for $5 says, law enforcement needs reform. Not having law enforcement is a terrible idea. Then look what happened to Ralph Green. Okay.
Nate, can you please shout out my friend? It's his birthday. Nicholas Gers.
Is that the person
Yeah.
with the birthday?
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Nicholas Gers.
Good.
Okay, so we got American B Savage for $2 says, okay, SC, real debate, AK versus AR.
Oh, I could debate that. I would be on the AR side, I think.
I legit thought they were talking about states.
No. Well, no. The AK-47 versus the AR-15.
Thank you. Go ahead.
So I think the AR is the superior weapon. Not to take anything away from the AK, which is Kalashnikov was a genius, and he made that weapon, and you can throw it on the ground, roll it around in sand, pick it up, and shoot a full mag through it. It's amazing weapon.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so Wonder Woman Goddess of Truth for $5 says, my hometown is doing ride-alongs and I'm considering it. Do they allow you to film experiences with your phone?
You'd have to ask them.
I don't know. I'm sure it would depend on the cop and the department, whatever their policy is.
Doubtful.
It never occurred to me.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I was there just doing it in the moment. You know, I just wanted to see, you know, if anything was going to go down. And it was 90% boring.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to hang out with the cop and just ask him questions about his job and everything.
Yeah.
I know, unsurprising, people love to, you know, ask me questions about the military. So,
yeah.
I mean, how cool would it be to take a ride on a Navy ship?
Ooh.
It does happen. They're called Tiger Cruises.
Really?
Yeah. My dad came on a Tiger Cruise when I was on the USS Kearsarge.
Dude,
That's
dude, cool. I'll be your best friend.
I've been on.
You already are.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I've been on the USS Higgins. It was a guided missile destroyer. It was pretty cool to tour it.
Yeah, I've been on the Higgins. Yeah, it's a DDG.
We have the USS Yorktown here in Charleston, South Carolina.
I don't have any ships, but I have bases.
It's pretty cool.
And I have NORAD.
Yeah.
Charleston is where all of the U.S. Navy nuclear engineers go to. They have a prototype school there where they actually have a functional nuclear reactor that is. Yeah. So
well, that's where I live. That's kind of scary.
No, that's where the sailors go to learn how to operate the reactor, so that when they go aboard a nuclear ship, it's the same reactor.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cliff, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Madam Mims for $5 says, love what you do, SC. Wouldn't mind you directly address the racial disparities in policing. That said, you aren't required to cover every problem.
Oh no! If I did a video on everybody that sent me a video, if I made a video about the video that they sent me, my channel would just be, it would be 24 hours a day. So just like I said about answering emails, if you send me an email and I don't make a video about it, doesn't mean it wasn't a good video. It probably means that, oh, sorry. God, I did that. I did that out loud.
Yeah, you did. That happens.
It probably means that Degeneration Nation or Artie or somebody else already made a video about it. Or I just can't think of, when I watch a video, I'm thinking of the script in my head. Mm-hmm. So I can't make a video about everything. And I can only make so many videos.
Because he has so much brain power. Go ahead.
Okay, Lillis, new member, upgraded membership to Skeptics. Thank you. Rejected Driftwood for $5 says, quotes, have you seen my video? You need to put that on a bumper sticker, LOL.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
I think that's it.
Woo!
Oh, cool.
Again, don't forget, 20 minutes after we end here, we'll have the after show on my channel.
Yeah. So I was just informed via text message that Tina, you are not my best friend. My wife is my best friend.
Yeah, you can have them. You can have them.
Just want to put that out there. They both scream at me probably about the same number of times per day.
You probably deserve it.
I probably do. So, Paige, no, it was. I was pleasantly surprised. You showed up and you probably performed better than anybody I've debated, Flat Earther or First Amendment Auditor.
Oh.
That's not necessarily a compliment because
Well,
they all
right. I understand you think
they all crashed and burned.
They didn't make it this long either.
Yeah, they didn't make it as long. They mostly either got booted because they were saying hateful things, or rage quit. Yeah, tons of rage quits. So I think you're probably the first person that I'm gonna say that you're welcome back.
Thank you.
Whenever.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate you letting me on and giving me the time to discuss. And
I would say watch this back and take some notes. Debating is a skill that you develop, and
this is my first one. So
right, which and
I just had my first one too.
Yeah, but I coached her ahead of time. So
yeah, he won it, not me, obviously.
But yeah, it's a skill. But you know, kudos to you for jumping in the deep end.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, taking on somebody who was unskilled at it.
Sure.
So anyway, everybody in the audience, I think we still have a pretty sizable audience. We still have 609 people watching. So come to the after show. Those are sometimes better than the actual shows.
Yeah.
They really are.
We're going to more and more drunk.
Yeah, and you're welcome to show up, Paige. And I'm gonna send links to Artie and probably some other people. I don't know if OPT is around or if he's up to.
We're gonna use the same meet? Okay.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I thought you might want to take a break and then do it.
Yeah, I'll take a quick break, and I'm sure Radical would like to come in. Keeping it criminal if you're still around.
Don't you love how he's inviting people to my channel?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
You took it over.
Hey, if you do it, Marvel, no one will show up.
Oh shit! Ow!
Oh,
shots fired.
Man.
Sorry, I'm kidding.
I invited Radical and Artie. I mean, how can you? I mean, of course you're not gonna.
I'm not gonna. No, I have no problem.
Yeah.
Kick and come.
Oh, that would be funny if you were just like, no, Artie. You're not welcome.
Everybody but the Dutch, actually. So.
Sorry, Artie.
All right, Paige. Any final words before we get out of here?
Yeah. Again, I appreciate you letting. Jesus. I appreciate you letting me on here. I think we actually did have an intelligent discussion, even though I think you were probably thinking that this was going to be a shit show. And it turned out to be, I think, a productive discussion, and I appreciate that.
All right. Other Cliff, you got
description.
anything?
No, I'd just like to say thanks for having me once again, and thanks everyone for your super chat. Love you all. Have a great night.
Tina?
Just come to the after show. I'll put the link to Paige's channel in the description here.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah, we should, everybody, like, even if you just show up for a bit, like, come to the after show. Let's get a really good showing over there. And I don't have much else. I did a whole lot of talking here. I think I said everything I need to say. Yeah, Paige, good talk.
Yeah, I agree.
You exceeded my expectations. So with that,